Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? 11:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in sunny South Florida, where it happens to be, I don't know, cold. It's colder than usual. That's all I know. Hey, listen, I don't pick the music. Okay, the music just plays. I just whatever is available, it plays. So I don't know what we just started with, but yeah, okay. That was Dream Machine something. It had to do with cars. I swear. All right, let me get started here. Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another coffee chat. We haven't done one of these in a long time. Uh, Whenever you're watching this, whether it's in the morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, because you can't sleep just like I do sometimes, that's fine. I don't expect you to be here when I'm live. I hope you know that. I don't expect you to be here when I'm live, only because I know you have other things to do and there's so much to watch. There's so many things to watch on YouTube. I know because all day long I'm finding something to watch. And if you're, and if you're like watching Twitch, then you're gaming or you're watching somebody else game or you're doing your work and you're learning on print on demand. You're watching these videos to learn. There's so much to learn and so much to do during the day. Not to mention your work. I'm sure you have work and family stuff. So it's okay if you're not here. That's why I leave them up here. And guess what? You don't have to have a subscription or membership. I think that's what it's called here. You don't have to have a membership to watch my previous live streams. I'm giving them to you for free. What? They're like, well, Nord, if it's free, does that mean it's even good? It is what it is. It's okay. Anyhow, let me get comfortable so we can get started. I got a lot of stuff to talk about today. It's really stuff that I want to go over. Usually, what are my coffee chats about? If you ever wonder, like, what does it mean, coffee chat? Well, let me tell you. The coolest thing about coffee chat is that just like in real life, when you get together with a friend for a drink, in my case, coffee, you tend to just kind of catch up, right? You just talk about life, talk about things you're thinking about, maybe something you came across, maybe something that happened to you. So what I want these sessions to be about is not only my thoughts and stories that I tell you, and maybe reviewing things and things that I've been either working on or playing or whatever, but also about your experiences. So don't be shy. Feel free to, if you're ever here during a live session, to just go ahead and make a comment, ask a question, tell us a story, as long as it's not weird. That's kind of a vague statement. I've had some people that start telling stories and it's like, okay, no, hey, whoa, it's one, it's early in the morning, and two, let's try to keep it to where it's for all audiences. I mean, we could talk about a lot of things. We just have to be careful with how we talk about them. I think that's the most important thing. Now, one of the topics I tend to not get into, just so everyone knows, in case, I haven't done a coffee chat in a while, so I have to like give these rules, is I don't really get into politics or really religion conflict. I say that because I am Christian, and from time to time I will say something in regards to it because I don't hide that. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to have a debate with anyone about religion, nor am I going to have a debate about politics. So I try to keep those two things out of this. I try to keep it more light, more friendly, more just kind of like break the mundane, enjoy your day. Let's just get through it together. Just that's kind of what I do. That's why I do these things. Now, we've been playing a lot of games lately. Or we've been playing a lot of Enshrouded. Like 60 hours we are into it right now, which is not a lot compared to some. In fact, if I look at my Steam, where's my Steam? Hold on, I got it here. I'm looking at my Steam and see how many hours my friends have played. Okay, so I have 4 friends that I play with, or that we're all playing. We don't always play together. And one of them has played 98 hours so far. Another one has played 95 hours. I've played exactly 58, so almost 60, 58 hours. And another one has played 55 hours. And then one of our other friends hasn't gotten to play too much, has only played 7 hours. And so we've each gotten different experiences. Now, levels range anywhere from level 4 to level 25. I know some of these top ones are level 25. Somebody else is level 20, I believe. And two of us are level 16, including myself. So we're kind of all over the place. And we've been playing on we've been playing on a server that one of our community members put together for just 6 of us, and as well as we've been playing solo on our own. And so I want to talk about kind of my feedback, or what I, let's say it's kind of a review of what we've seen and what I've felt in the game for the past 60 hours. I'm going to round it off, and how I feel about it. And we're going to talk about that. By the way, good morning, Troy. Good to see you. Brink is in the house. There's the morning crew. Why do they call them apartments when they're so close together? Oh, man. He's just throwing topics out there. Nice. My hours are skewed because my son has a tune he plays on my account. So you haven't played that much. That's okay. So I guess we're gonna look at some video. I'm gonna try to find some videos. It's real easy to find videos when it comes to Enshrouded here, and I had a couple, but there's one guy that did a really great review, and we're gonna watch that one and we'll discuss it. But I'm gonna give you my take. So here's my take so far on what I've seen with Enshrouded. 60 hours in, only level 16. I've really explored the map a great deal. But I heard, and I don't know if this is true, but what I'm being told is that we're only seeing 1/3 of the map. It's pretty big. I mean, it's a pretty big area we've gone through. But I feel I'm kind of 50-50 on this game. I'm on the fence, and I'll tell you why. But before I tell you why, I'm not gonna ignore Troy that asked me how I'm doing. I'm doing great, man. Thanks for asking. I'm doing well. I'm kind of tired. I was up late last night with the guys. We're playing Enshrouded, but my wife's coming home today. I'm happy about that. She'll be home this evening. Slept on the couch again with the dogs because the dogs don't want to be by themselves. So we just hung out, watched a little Vox Machina, fell asleep. So I have no idea what season 2 is about. And this morning I was actually trying to watch what is it? The Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Amazon Prime. We're going to talk about that a little bit because it's so weird. They remade it, but they made it as like a TV series. And I watched some of it. I'm kind of not sure how they're doing, why they did it this way and what's gonna happen. So I'd like to get your take on it a little later. But I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I am doing very well. All right, so here we go. So review. Enshrouded, 60 hours in, level 16. On the fence on this game because for the most part it really is exciting, and the reason why I say exciting is because of exploration and building. There's a lot of great building in this game. I mean, I'm talking about if you want to build a freaking dungeon underground, you can do that. You want to build a hobbit hole, you can do that. You want to build a castle above that's sitting on top of a freaking peak of a mountain, you can do that. You want to build a tree house and have it connect into a community of tree houses, you can do that too. Basically, you can build anything that you can imagine to be done. There are some limitations, but not a lot. And as far as building materials, there are all sorts of building materials for this game. I mean, all sorts. I mean, everything in this game is like a resource. You're constantly harvesting or gathering or mining or something. Everywhere you go, you're going to get a new resource, and you turn out that you can make a different block. So you can make, I'll give you some examples, and I really do want to do a video on this to show you the different things. I know there's tons of videos out there already, which is why I've kind of avoided doing it, but I enjoy doing them sometimes. But there's so many different blocks that you can build with. I mean, from the regular stone to bone that looks like a freaking have you ever seen the crypts underneath the churches in Paris or Italy, one of the two? They're really scary, the catacombs. Anyways, so you can do bone blocks. You can build with glowing stones. They're like bioluminescent. You can build with like moss covered stone. You can build with soft, fancy stone. You can build with wood, obviously. You can build with. I'm trying to think of what other one. There was a. I'm trying to. There's so many. There's metal. There's bronze. There's you name it. There's all sorts of blocks, and you can build until your heart's content. So that's the great part of the game. And so when you're the reason why I say exciting is because as you're exploring the area, you come across something new, and you're like, what can I use this for? I found strawberries. Can I cook these? And you're limited at first on how you can cook and craft stuff because you have your manual crafting that's just you. Then you have the crafting that you get from all the people you find. You find like 5 different people. I believe it's a blacksmith, a carpenter, a hunter, or a huntsman. I don't know what he's called. Some woman that's basically a cook, and I forgot her name, and an alchemist. And so you find these 5 people and you put them in your base for them to work for you. We're not even going to talk about that part, but they're basically going to work for you. And they give you, they not only do they add like to your crafting, like you can craft new stuff with the blacksmith, with the carpenter, and so forth, but they also give you quests to get items that they need in order to even enhance the crafting that they can do. So for example, blacksmith needs a forge, a blacksmith needs blacksmith tools, a carpenter needs a wood saw table, a saw table. Is it called a saw table? Whatever it's called. A carpenter needs carpenting tools, mason tools, or whatever they're called. So that's just an example. The alchemist might need an alchemy. What was it that we did yesterday? I think it was an alchemy table or something. I don't know. He could lead a lab also. But all these different things that you get, the cauldron, the cooking pot, you named it. So those are the kind of quests that you're going to get. And every time you complete those quests and you retrieve these items, you add them to your base, which then opens up even more crafting. And as you find additional resources, it unlocks more recipes. Like if, let's say you mine some copper ore somewhere, you're like, oh, copper, boom. All of a sudden you have a bunch of copper recipes that you didn't know about. If you find some bronze, boom, a bunch of them open up. And it's the same thing. And so that's how the game starts evolving. Crafting and recipes start opening up. So it's endless. You're like, wow. There are 3 classes in the game. There's more than 3, but basically a lot of people choose the 3. But let's say you could be a tank, a warrior, a barbarian, one of those. You can be a ranger, an assassin. There's something else with ranger. I forgot what it is. Don't worry about it. Next, a survivalist. That's it. You can be a mage, a healer, a wizard, or I said mage, but I should say battle mage. So those are kind of the hovering areas of what you can be. And that's why I said there's 3 classes. And each one works differently. One is melee, you guys know this, the tank, the barbarian, the warrior. One is more like bow and arrow, so range damage. And another one is spell magic or wands or staffs. And although any of those can use any of the weapons, you tend to specialize in one of them because the skill points that you add on actually increase the damage that you do, the amount of resources you have available, like the mana or stamina, in order for you to continue to do your battle. And that's really interesting. And I want to talk about classes for a moment, but I don't want to ignore you guys. I know you guys are talking to me too. So let me just touch base here. So I'm building. You can even build a floating mountain with a house on it. That's true. I'm telling you, anything you can imagine, you can actually do in this game, as far as building is concerned. Troy hasn't liked it so much, and I know I'm going to get to the points of what I don't like. I'm talking about the positive things right now, so we'll talk about the things I don't like. We might be in common on some. You say you mostly don't like the enemies and the magic. Yeah, we'll talk about that. A lot to do in this game, but I still have to spend more than half my time farming mats for arrows. Rangers regret. Nice. The classes: Rangers, Assassins, Healer, Mage, Battle Mage, Tank, Warrior, Beastmaster, and there is a Barbarian in there somewhere. So, as you can tell, there's a lot to do. And we've been having fun with those things. But one of the biggest problems in the game, I think there's 2 things come to mind immediately. Number 1, they're very unbalanced as far as the classes are concerned. It is a lot harder to be a melee character and even a ranger than it is a mage. Magic in this game is like OP. Basically, if you are a mage, you're going to destroy everything. You can solo just about anything. And it's because of the fact that there's certain things about the mage that are OP. Number one, wands. You have unlimited amount of wands. There's no ammunition, there's no charging it. It just works. And guess what? The durability starts dying down as you're using it. The durability goes down and it eventually breaks. And then you have to go and fix it. So what if you carried 3 wands with you or 4 wands? That means you can keep switching out wands and then you can keep doing that. You'll never have to stop. So it's unlimited, the amount of damage that you can do with a wand. That's number one. Number two on a mage is there are certain, what are they called? There are certain spells or staff spells that you use. Like, for example, the biggest broken one that people are talking about is the acid one. It's like a poison. If you use that on your staff and you basically takes down any enemy, all you have to do is spread it out once or twice. Doesn't matter how big your boss is or the whatever it is you're fighting, they're going to go down in like 2 hits. Unless you miss and it only gets a little bit of it, then you have to redo it. But I mean, I was taking stuff down like without even thinking. Now, if you guys have watched me enough, you know that I'm really bad at some games. I mean, I die a lot. And in this game, I only die from stupidity of falling off a cliff or something along that lines, or because I backed up into a corner. But otherwise, this game has been super easy for me, which I find incredibly disappointing, because if a game is too easy for me, that's a problem. So it kind of takes, like Guino said this the other day. He said it takes your two, because I said, oh, a new wand. I get to upgrade my wand. He goes, you don't need to upgrade. You're killing everything already, like easily. It's like what's the point? And he's right. It makes the game too easy. And I'll tell you why. So one of the things that we did last night was we went to gather skill points. And the way you get skill points is you kill these things called, I think they're called shroud roots. And they're basically like big red trees in the middle of the shroud, which is the fog that you can only be in for a limited amount of time. And then when you kill this shroud root or this tree, it actually takes away the shroud in that area, the fog. So you're good. So anyways, every time you kill one of those, you get like, I don't know, it's 2 or 3 skill points. So we went around yesterday, and I don't know if we did like 10 or 12 of them, but we just kept hopping from one to the next, and then just killing it and moving on, killing and moving on. And we were getting tons of skill points to the point that I have almost maxed out my battle mage tree and my wizard tree. And then I was like, okay, I'm super powered now. So that's kind of the cheesy way of just getting the game done. But like I said, beautiful world, fun, exploration's great, building is great, amazing resources, lots to do. There are places where the game feels empty. Like there's this big structure and nothing is there yet. And you're like, what's the point? I can just run in here and get everything. And so there is also some puzzles, and some of them are really easy. Others are like, okay, I got to think a little bit. How do I open this up? So there are some challenges, not a lot of challenges. So there's a lot of empty things in the game. They need to put more ambushes, more kind of like bigger bosses in certain areas, because otherwise you just go in and loot and that's it. So that's kind of a negative. So let me talk about some of the negatives. Let me read your comment here before I move on. You can't build underwater bases. Good morning, Guino, by the way. You really can't? I thought you could. Oh, you can't. I guess you can. There is no water. We're going to talk about the eternal arrows, not hours, in a moment. Melee fighting is fun, though. It just doesn't compare. Yeah, the damage that you do is not as I mean, I'm doing like, honestly, now I think I'm doing between 2 to 350 worth of damage at a time, just with the wand. And that also has to do with, like, you know, taking potions and buffing up and so forth. I would say farming skill points is cheesing. It's a game mechanic. I wouldn't say it's cheesing. It's a game mechanic, not like farming chests over and over for loot. It's how you get skill points. No, listen, I get it. I think I think it's too easy though to get those skill points. I mean, you're getting 3 skill points, and it's way too easy. Especially, this is one of the reasons why it's easy. So here's one of the downfalls of the game. They actually there is no level requirement for using weapons or gear. In other words, I could be level 4 or level 1 even, and I can use a level 18 weapon with no problem. I can put on level 18 gear with no problem, and I can use them and do that damage. Now, yes, if I don't have any skill points, and obviously if I'm only level 4, I don't have as much stats, so my abilities may not do as much damage as they can if I were higher level, but they do more than the normal damage than you would do with a regular level 1 through 4 item. And so I think that's kind of a disappointment in the game, because it's made the game that much easier. I was running around with a level 16, I think it was 15 or 16. It was a wand, it was level 15 or 16, and I was level 4 when I got it. And I got it because I helped out Guino when he was trying to fight a matron, and I just stood in the back and I was just shooting arrows and casting wand. And then when it dropped, he's like, "Hey, you want this?" I'm like, "Perfect, I'll take it." And I was surprised that I could actually use it. It wasn't lessened, the damage was still the same. And then I went on and I just started taking everything down real easily. And so that's kind of a disappointment. I think there needs to be a level restriction on items, like gear and weapons, for sure. Because otherwise, it's like you're twinking out your character from early on. And that reminds me of the days of EverQuest and World of Warcraft. In EverQuest, there were certain items that you would get at high level and you would save them, and then you would create a level 1 character and give them all that item, and you would call them, basically twink them, and that way they just kind of roll through all the low level stuff. And it's kind of, that's the cheesy part. Now, I think that the skill point, getting it from that tree, that skill point is too easy. I mean, maybe it should be less. It shouldn't be 3 skill points. It should be maybe 1 or 2 at most. And maybe it should depend on what level it is. Like the lower level ones should give you only 1, and the higher level ones could give you up to 3. I think that's kind of the way that should scale. But that's just me. That's my thoughts. And yeah, you can only do them once. That is true. They should only let them give you 2 max. Yeah, that's the other thing. You get skill points from levels and from doing things in the world like Enshrouded, which is cool, but yeah, too easy. And that's the thing. You level up skill point wise, you level up really quickly. So that's the number one. Let's talk about the other thing that I think should change and will change, is the fact that, like I said, one of our community members, which is Guino, he put up a server so that we can all play together. Well, the progression is not tied to the individual players. The progression is just for the server. So whatever gets advanced in that server and gets unlocked and found is unlocked for everyone that's playing, because it's a co-op game. So it's not like it's a multiplayer game where we log into a server and we build our own little house and we have our own, we can do that. But the thing is, everything is shared. Like whatever, if we go out together and you open up a chest, you're going to get that chest. It's not going to be available for me anymore. That's number one. Number two is, if we are 2 different people playing on a server and you build a house and I build a house and we both have like our items in it, either one of us can go to the other person's house and take the stuff, because nothing is locked down. Everything is just for everyone. And so is the progression. So as things get unlocked, it gets unlocked for everybody. Yes, there's still a quest part that you have to do just because you want to have that check mark on your quest. But seriously, it's not needed, because it's already unlocked and you already have access to the stuff. So I understand, like, for guys that have like started with us and haven't been able to play since level 4, when they come into the game now and we have so many things unlocked, because I mean, Guino's like level 20 now. He's 19 or 20. So he's unlocked a great deal of things, and so have Brink and myself. And when somebody of low level goes in, now they're going to get all the benefits of everything that we unlocked. And some people would be like, awesome, I don't have to start out as a noob. Well, yeah, you're still a noob, but you don't have to start out as low level. I can grab all the good stuff. Or they're going to come in and be like, this sucks. I don't get to enjoy exploring that content and unlocking those things for myself. And I think that's a disservice to the actual game. So hopefully that changes. Even Twink Gear in WoW was level gated though. This game twinks on steroids. Yeah, there was some in WoW. Everything is level required. Like you have to restrict it by level. But in EverQuest, there were certain items, and I don't know if in WoW they had that, but I remember back in the day of EverQuest, there were certain items like, for example, there was the writ of, I think it was the writ of Dragonkind, and it was a book. It was a spell book, and you just had to have that in your range inventory. If you were like a druid, I think it was only for druids, because druids and shamans, because it was wisdom based, and that gave you an extra 10 plus wisdom, which was huge in that game. So just by having that item in your inventory on you, that gave you an extra plus 10 wisdom, which at low level was huge. And that meant your mana was greater. That meant you did more power, more damage. And so as a druid, that was a thing to get. So there was a lot of little items like that that had no level restriction whatsoever. There was another crown, I think. I can't remember what it was, but it was ridiculous. It had huge amounts of dexterity, of wisdom, and strength. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So there, yeah, I think gear in any game that has leveling, gear should be level restricted. Otherwise, it's just like it just sucks. It's twinking on steroids. I agree with that statement. So those are the two things that for me that have stood out the game as a problem is the mage being overpowered, the unbalancing of classes, well, there's three things: the level restriction of items, as well as the multiplayer problem where everybody is sharing in the progression. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Or in this case, thanks for the sub. Subscribing to YouTube. I really appreciate you. All right. So that's that. I mean, there is a video. Let me see if I can find the video. There's a lot of good points that this guy made up, and I'm going to go over these. We'll stop and we'll talk about them. I'm trying to find it. I know I have it here. Enshrouded. It's a video that I put up yesterday. All right. Okay, I have it. All right. I was trying to figure out where it was. You pause it before it starts. Sometimes I wonder why they come up with these stupid stuff to put in a game like the levels you mentioned. It's obvious that it's not good for new players. Yeah. Now smash the like button. Yeah. Hey guys, if you're watching this, make sure you smash that like button. If you're hanging out here with me, do me a favor and do that. I'll wait till you do that. I'll be right back. My wife is on her way home. Yay. Okay. So let's get through this video. Go to news.
With Enshrouded being an early access game, it's really hard to tell what exactly is going to be there come launch, right? And I figured with how much time I've spent in the game, I thought it would be a good idea to basically make a video on where they can improve, right? So
Now, by the way, I've only spent, like I said, 60 hours in this game. This guy's probably spent double that, if not triple that. So it's been a lot more. And you're going to notice that he is using a mage.
So in this video, I'll be talking about some things I think that they need to address, bug fixes, balancing, things like that, and then also some features that I think this game would really benefit from. Now,
Yeah, a lot of the points that this guy make are some of the things that we talked about, but they're actually really good points. I mean, they make a lot of sense. A bit off topic, but they just announced today that Nightingale moved up its launch date, February 20th. Oh, it was 22nd, right? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm interested in playing that. Third person still need. Oh, its third person still needs a lot of work. Characters run around bent over, staring at the ground. That kind of sucks. I only play in third person, so. All right, we'll have to see. Anyway, so this game is early access, and that's one of the things I always forget is Enshrouded is early access. So there's still things to change. That's the thing. It's like I think a lot of people forget that this game is early access because it looks so complete, and then they're saying there's a lot missing. And it's not that there's stuff missing, it's just that it's still in development. So let's see what happens.
Spoiler alert, I know that there are some things I'm going to talk about in this video that is going to be almost impossible for them to pull off. And also a couple of ideas that I know a lot of you probably will not like. But either way, I think it's a really good opportunity for us as a community to talk about these things. So anyways, let's get started. So the first one on
By the way, I've changed myself to 1440 and higher bit rate because I noticed when I played back my gameplay of a couple of days back, it was actually pretty poor. Like it was grainy and you couldn't even see me. So I've changed that, and that's why I'm noticing that this guy's like it's pretty bad. But I'm gonna change it to 1080p to see if it works.
this list is something that they're kind of
There
already
it goes. That's
working
better.
on, or at least they confirmed it, is character-specific progression. Currently, I believe the way that the progression works in the game is it's tied to a player that starts the server or whoever hosts it, and that kind of just defeats the purpose of a dedicated server. What they need to do, and what I hope they're doing, is going to make it so that the servers end up working kind of like how they do in the game Conan Exiles, which is kind of similar to this game. And
Wow, that's a freaking is this Conan Exiles? That's great building. By the way, he's talking about what we just said about the character development and progression should be individualized. That's really important.
Conan Exiles, each server is independent, and when a player builds something on the server,
By the way, I'm seeing you guys said that Enshrouded has a patch today. We're going to look at that in a moment. Now, a lot of things have changed. Interesting. We'll have to see that.
they can log off, and any other people that end up going on that server, they can see what that person has built there, right? And on top of that, I really hope that the way the quest progression works in the game is tied to the player specifically, so that way if you go to a server that the host has pretty much done everything, you should be able to go to that server as well, just as a fresh character, and be able to progress everything like independently by yourself. But anyways, like I said, they are working on this right now, so it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. The next feature that I would really love to see in this game is water.
Okay, I'm going to skip through the water one because it is true. There's one thing that it doesn't have is water, and it's kind of frustrating because it feels like something's missing. And what he's showing right now is Valheim. Valheim has great water movement because the way you work around in Valheim is you travel from island to island, searching out the different biomes, searching out the different resources you need, as well as the different bosses. So you really have to travel, and it opens up the map as you do that. So water is definitely something that I would love to see in this game. Swimming, Oh, here's the other thing, by the way. In Valheim, you actually get to skill up as you're swimming or as you're doing anything. Every time you do something, your skill level in that gets increased. I think that's something that this game would benefit from, so that as you're doing stuff like mining, wood chopping, gathering, swimming, if they ever put that in, all of that, as you perform those actions, you should have like a skill level that goes up for those actions. So you get better at it, maybe get more resources, maybe get more efficient in doing it. Maybe your pickaxe or your axe doesn't break as much or break as fast. Maybe your durability goes up, whatever it is. But I think if they added some kind of a skill to all these different abilities, that would be even better. Because this is supposed to be a survival game, but there are no real survival mechanics. Like there is no having to drink or eat in order to stay alive. There is no leveling up in skills on these survival skills that we need to have. So it's kind of everything's just handed to you. So I would say if it's going to be a survival game, it needs to have those skills that you level up, I believe. That's kind of the way I feel about that. All right, so water we're not going to talk about because we already kind of know that. So let's move on to the next part.
It's just phenomenal, and I think it would make this game so much better. This one's for all you role players out there, but we should be able to sit in our chairs.
This is huge. So I thought about this the other day before I saw this video, because I set up a table and I thought to myself, I'm going to set up a hall where I have a long table. I'm going to put dishes in front of it and chairs so that we can all like sit down and have a meal together, or like, just kind of like for the role playing effect of it. And then I realized we couldn't sit in the chairs. And I'm like, what is the point of making all this furniture if we can't use it? And that was kind of annoying. So yeah, I agree. We need to be able to sit in these chairs.
It kind of blows my mind that in a game where you can set up a base and add all kinds of furniture and things like that to your town or your house or whatever, is the fact that you can't actually sit in any of the chairs or anything like that. Now, granted, you can lay down in a bed, which is cool, but why can't we sit in chairs? I feel like
Yeah.
this would be a really simple fix, but they definitely need to add this. This next one is more quality of life focused, and it's something that I really hope they add to the game, and that is basically making it so that when you guys are harvesting trees or rocks or anything like that, instead of having the resources drop onto the ground and you have to go over there and pick them up and collect them, it should just be that they automatically deposit into your bags. We already
That makes sense. And like he's gonna say, this already happens when you mine stone or any kind of mining you do with the pickaxe. It's automatically going into your backpack, including the dirt that you don't want half the time. All of that automatically goes in your backpack. But when you cut down a tree or like a shrub or something, it doesn't go into your back. You have to pick it up. Same thing with the bees and the honey. When you knock down the bee's nest, or what's a beehive? I'm sorry, not a nest. You don't get that. You have to actually pick it up. It should be like automatically picked up. It's the same thing. There should be an auto loot. So when I go up to the bad guys that I just killed, I should be able to go over them, loot, and it comes into my backpack automatically. I should have that feature available for that, because having to like, yes, you want to pick and choose, but if you're like in an area where you're moving on, you don't want to stop and check everything and can loot and okay, then go. Just loot, pick it up, get rid of it later if you don't want it, and it's fine. It just adds that little bit of a quicker element to it, like other games where you can just auto loot. You don't have to like literally click on everything.
already have this when it comes to mining through dirt and like digging down into the ground, so why can't we just do it with trees and other stuff like that?
Did I just see the word scum come across my chat? I'm going back to scum. It has working chairs. They they might just kill you. Have fun with that. My first death in scum was from sitting on a bench. Oh wow. I actually did that, but it was only because it was backed up to the barbed wire that was part of the wall. And so when I sat on it, totally killed me. And I was like, what the? Because I put it too close to the barbed wire at the top of the wall, which was like it was right below where my bench was. Nice. I wonder if it was similar for you. All right, let's see what's next.
It feels weird to me. Okay, it's time for the fun police, because now I'm going to talk about a couple of ways that I think they need to nerf and prevent people from just endlessly farming stuff.
Now, I know we're going to talk about mage in a moment, and I know some people think that I'm going to be upset when they nerf mage, and I really am not. Yes, I love taking things down so easily, but I would like a little bit more of a challenge. And I think that me saying that means a lot, because normally I love easy mode, but it's too easy. But he's going to talk about how people can over and over loot things, which this is the cheeseball part.
I think they need to find a way to basically put a cooldown timer on looting treasure chests and killing bosses. Now, obviously, I've been guilty of doing this, and I even created a video on how to farm some stuff really quickly, but I feel like it kind of takes away from the game, right? Creating a base nearby an area and then just endlessly looting chests and then logging off, logging back in, and just rinse and repeating is very cheesy, and I feel like it just kind of ruins the fun and the experience of the game. So what I think they should do is create some kind of like internal timer, right? And make it so that if you guys have looted a chest or killed a mini boss, when you guys reset the game and go back in, basically the treasure chest that you looted previously or that mini boss that you killed, they will not show up. So you're gonna have to like wait like 5 minutes and then reload the game before they'd pop back in. I think.
See, that's a really smart idea, because I think it's true. All you have to do is basically go to main menu and go back in, and then everything is available again. Now you have to understand, you're not going to be at the same place where you logged out, so it's not like you're going to be camping there. But if you have a base nearby it, all you have to do is fast travel, and then there you are, and you can start looting again. There's a place that I did yesterday, and it was on yesterday's stream, called the Inner Sanctum. There are no, there's no death. There's no possibility of death unless you fall off of something. I mean, and like make a stupid move, because there's nothing to fight in there. But there's tons of loot to get, and so all I have to do is go there, get the loot, come out, and then be done. Log out, log back in, and do it again. Now I didn't do that, but every time I did log into the game yesterday, because a couple of times I had to log out, get some work done, whatever, come back, logged in later at night. Whenever I did, I would just go to that place and loot the stuff. Now it's not like legendary weapons or anything, but it's potions. It's bars of copper, bronze, and tin. It's scrolls of like adding max magical damage. It's all sorts of things that are take resources to actually make, but why make them when you can get them there? And so that's something that I definitely agree. It really is a cheesy mechanic to be able to do that. There should be some kind of timer to these places, as well as the bosses and the chest drops. Absolutely. What? It was the same thing against the barbed wire wall. Same thing happened to me. Okay, so I'm not the only one it happened to. That's when we made Brink's dead body sausages. Nice. I missed those. I didn't get those.
I think if they do something
Brink
like
sausages.
this, it will definitely cut back on people trying to just endlessly farm stuff. If you guys watch my previous videos, you know that I hate arrows, and I feel like crafting arrows is just really annoying. So what
This is for Brink. Now, I think every ranger that's playing this game feels the same way. You have to craft stuff. It's so freaking annoying. So they should have a way of giving you like they give you the internal spell, which is basically just have to have one thing loaded and it shoots over and over. Ice spell, fire spell, chain lightning spell. I think there's an acid one too. But either way, that just shoots over and over. You don't need multiple of them. There should be the same thing for rangers.
I think that they should do is kind of go the same route that they did with spells and create
I
eternal
forgot that he said that. I'm sorry.
arrows. I don't even care if crafting eternal arrows was a real pain in the butt, because at the end of the day, once you get those eternal arrows, you would literally have unlimited arrows to use and you wouldn't have to farm anymore. Or
this is by the way, while he's talking, do you see this thing, bone block? This is the bone block I was talking about. You can build with this, so your whole wall can have all these skeleton faces on them. It's really cool. I have a stairway like this. It's very freaky.
Or they could totally lean into the magic side of things and give us a talent tree ability that's called like magic missile or something like that. Either way, it just feels really weird and awkward in a game where you have eternal spells, but you don't have eternal arrows. So
True.
again, if you watch my previous video on classes, you know that I said that two-handed weapons are kind of weak and they feel a little awkward to use in combat. So I feel like two-handed weapons definitely need a buff here. I think a real simple fix for this would to just be implement two-handed greatswords into the game and make those be like the big kind of like AoE crowd control two-handed weapons. So the two-handed greatsword would just do a ton of AoE damage, and then definitely increase the single target damage of like the two-handed mace, things like that.
So let me stop there for a second. I think he talked about adding some things, but one of the things that I have a problem with the two-handed stuff, just FYI, let me see if let me get a good stop here. Okay. It's such a slow weapon. Two-handers are always been slow, but they're huge. Now, in this particular case, he's fighting against something that's level 30. He only did 233 damage on that one hit. I can do that easily with my wand at level 16. So easily. And so that's where I'm like, I think when you think about a two-handed hammer, excuse me, I have hiccups, and you're like, and it's slow, you want to think that when that thing hits, it's going to bash the crap out of them. And that's what you should be expecting when you're using a two-handed hammer. It may be slow, but it should hit like a freaking ton of bricks. And that's where I think that's kind of the unbalancing again. Because that weapon, man, I'm telling you, I've tried fighting with two-handed weapon, and it's just so slow. I mean, you have to really time it well. Thank goodness you can block with it. But I could see that. Now, the other reason why I say that is because you can use a two-handed weapon to freaking break anything. Like you want to break a wall, you want to break a door, you want to break some metal freaking jars or whatever. It's just one hit, and then boom, they open up. As opposed to when you hit a person, it's like, really, that's all the damage I did. So let's keep that in mind. I think that's important.
Like the big kind of like AoE crowd control.
Okay, we already saw this. I'm sorry. Moving on.
We kind of like trim up the attack animations on them because they just feel really unforgiving. And when you get locked into that attack animation, you're prone to getting annihilated.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of nerfs and buffs, I think the wands and spells in this game definitely need some nerfs to them.
This is what we were talking about. But before we say that, there are some animations that you're stuck at and you can't move. And if you're in the middle of them, like when you're shooting or something, you can get freaking destroyed. There should be a way of being able to cancel those. I did find one other thing with wands, and I have to, not with wands, but with staffs. They have to charge up and then shoot. But sometimes it's like, it's really weird. Like I try to aim with the right click, and so it starts charging up, and then I shoot with the left, but then that doesn't work all the time. And so I'm not exactly sure how that works yet. Like sometimes it works with just a left click. Sometimes I have to do the right click first. It's really weird. I need to like practice that more. So it takes me a little getting used to using that staff. I'm wondering if just shooting the left click will actually just shoot it without any charging. But I've tried it, and all it does is just it glows. Nothing comes out. So I have to test that out a little more. But it was a little awkward. I'd rather it be that just left click and it starts shooting, and then my mana gets used up.
Wands are just incredibly strong, and then also when it comes to spells, especially the Acid Bite one, that one definitely needs a nerf. I don't think we should be able to just kill a boss in like 1 to 2 casts, but that's just me. And you know what, honestly, I think for me it's more of just like the disparity between the effectiveness of certain spells. You know, Acid Bite or Acid Breath or whatever it's called just does so much damage, and then I try to cast like a fireball on something and it does nothing. So I definitely feel like they need to kind of like adjust the resistances in this game, so that way things are more kind of like balanced, I guess. Another thing that I think we need to have in this game is daggers and also dual wielding. It's kind of weird that we have like a rogue type archetype in this game, but we don't have daggers. So I think they definitely need to add them.
I don't. They do have they do have like an assassination section, but I don't think they should add dual wielding. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because there are some. There's a mob in specific that does dual wielding. So yeah, so maybe we should have that. I don't think it should be rogue really. I think it should be more like a ranger assassin like it is now. I wouldn't add a whole nother class, but I would definitely, yeah, put that high up there in that skill tree only. I think it should be like specialized to that class. Not everybody should be able to do that. That's what I think. If wands use mana, that would fix them. Maybe not mana, but maybe something other than mana. Like for example, you know, like if you, as you're shooting, let's say, you know how like you have stamina and stamina starts going down the more you use things, the stamina goes down. I think the wand should work that way. So it's not unlimited hitting, but I don't think it should use up the mana. I think the mana should be used for the staff the way it is, but I think the wand should have its own cooldown. As like if you use too much of it, that's gonna, you know, basically run out and it has to recharge again and then you can use it again. But I don't think it should be mana related. I think it should be on its own different cooldown. What's up, DJ? Let's see you, man. D Jones in the house. You know, two-handers are useless when one only uses them to break things in the environment. Yeah, it's true. That's why I keep one with me. My two-hander is good torch though. That's the one I got too. I think it's the one that this guy was carrying. But anyways, as far as adding like a rogue class, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's what he's saying. But dual wielding should be in that assassination class, but way up so not everybody gets it.
Into the game. I mean, obviously the tech for dual wielding is definitely in the game. Some of the enemies do have dual wielding weapons, so I think that wouldn't be a big issue here. But yeah, definitely I think they need to add daggers to the game for sure. Okay, now let's talk about armor. So there's 3 things I really want to talk about when it comes to armor. First thing is I would like to see better itemized armor in the game, or maybe even just randomized stats on gear. It pains me to see, in my opinion, the coolest looking set in the game have increased unarmed damage. So if I could find a version of this set that, tailors
Increased unarmed damage. Damn, that's pretty bad. It is true. I think that we need to have some kind of way of making the armor and it be randomized as far as the stats, and not always be the same stats. That's going to do two things. One, it's gonna make you want to make it again in case you didn't like the stats you got the first time. You can redo it. Now, here's the other thing. I think you should be able to get some mats back, like get some of the materials back when you destroy that, because right now there is no salvaging anything you create. And I think there needs to be maybe a skill or something that allows you to get maybe not all of them back, but get something back, because of the fact that, let's say you run it and you make a chess piece and it doesn't have the stats you want, and they have the random stats on that, hypothetical, and if you don't like it, you can deconstruct it, take some of the mats, that way you didn't lose them all, and then redo it again to see if you get the item you want. I think that's where it would actually work. I know you guys are like about 3 minutes behind, by the way, so I'm trying to stay on topic.
directly to the types of weapons I'm using, that would be really cool. Also, we definitely need a salvage button for armor. It's really weird and annoying that you have to delete the armor items to get rid of them. And also, I really hope that they go back and make the crafted armor a little bit more desirable, because as it stands right now, there's really no point to doing that. You can
Did you see this? Okay, watch him shoot.
go back and make the crafted armor a little bit more
Okay. Notice where he is. I don't know if you noticed that.
a little bit
Okay, you see this? One critical? That's because he hid this post that's right next to him here. He's not hitting the guy. And if he is, it's not showing up. And this is the problem,
more desirable.
is that you're aiming, it's nowhere near this, but for whatever reason, it's in the way. And I hate this because of the fact that they can be standing behind a freaking twig. And if you shoot them, it's going to hit the twig instead of hitting them. And it drives me nuts. I'm like, are you kidding me? Here they are. They're huge. And this little tiny twig is in front of them. And it hits the twig instead of them. That's annoying, especially when it comes to spells. And I don't get it, because when you're flying and you're flying down on the glider, you go through the trees. It's not like you hit the tree and fall off. No, you're going through branches and everything. So I don't know why the materials in this game, anything that's like a structure or even a freaking bush, is like, it gets in the way of your shot. That's freaking annoying. Get good. Yeah, but how? He's aiming right at the guys. Look, he's aiming right at him. Let me get good. That is good. It's straight on him. There should be nothing in the way, but nope, it didn't work. Arrows hit environment so much. Yeah, it sucks. It's like invisible barriers.
Because as it stands right now, there's really no point to doing that. You can just go out and farm the armor that you want to get right now, and that stuff just costs time instead of resources and time. For the last item on this list, I want them to add lockboxes into the game, so that way players can't just like come into my game, steal my crap, and leave. It really
Okay, so that's what we were talking about earlier about the multiplayer effect versus the co-op. Because if you set up a server, you're only setting up a server for you and your friends. And I know he's going to say that, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. I think that's basically it with this video. But it is true, there is no way of locking boxes or anything like that. So everything that you have there, whoever joins the server can actually come and access it. And it's kind of annoying. But that's to say that if you have an open server, but anyone that plays this game and puts a server up is usually putting a server for their friends. That's kind of the way it is.
For today. If you enjoyed this one, let me.
Okay, yeah, that's all he had. So that's I watched this yesterday, but I have to say a lot of the things that he said, I had already been thinking about, and I think a lot of people have been thinking about these same things. There are a lot of other things that we've come across, but for the most part, this is the main stuff that has been the only kind of distaste of the game, to see if maybe they change this moving forward. But that doesn't make the game bad. It just shows you it's in early access, and let's hope they change that. Let me see. You guys said that there's a patch today. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's pretty big. Okay, let's take a look at this together. So it says a change patch number 1. Is this the first one? Nah, is it really? All right, let me see if I can make sense of this. This is our first big patch on Enshrouded. Thanks to all who reported issues. Your support is helpful and motivating. You know, we haven't reported any issues. We've just been playing the game. I forget that it's early access. For those of you playing with dedicated servers, you will need to ensure that the server is running the same version as the game. So we know you need to update your server. Known issues, not enough system memory available. All right, I'm not going to worry about that, but that's some kind of optimization issue. All right, change log. There were server rare crashes. I was several rare crashes. I was having some crashes, so hope they fix that. Especially whenever you went into the world, like the map, and I try to move around, it would crash immediately. So that's definitely something that was there. Fix a crash that could appear on AMD GPUs while compiling shaders. Improve performance in various systems of the game. Added more messages in the log file to improve stability monitoring. Error messages can now be correctly dismissed with mouse clicks. I haven't gotten any error messages per se. Okay, multiplayer and servers. Fixed an issue that sometimes prevented successful logging into a dedicated server. I was getting that. I was getting like a black screen. It was so annoying. Improved error message handling when trying to join a host with a mismatched version. Yeah, I don't think we even got a message for that. The Steam community content preferences are now supported for the server list in the join menu. Great. Rendering improved instances where too low resolutions of the texture was used on objects in the world. I didn't have that problem. All right, so game world. Let's see. All right, hold on a second. What is this? The timer of the reset of content in the game has been lowered to 30 minutes. The reset still occurs while no player is in the direct vicinity of the part of the world that needs resetting. So it takes 30 minutes. So you go away, and 30 minutes from then, if you happen to be on for like 30 more minutes, that actual place will reset as long as nobody's around there. Interesting. So you don't have to actually log out. It's been lowered. An issue that sometimes led to a blocked door at the entrance of the Cinder Vault starting location has been fixed. Added a few more terrain material deposits in key locations. Ooh. Improved the visibility of amber nodes and added. We need amber, by the way. And added a few locations in the game where amber can be found. Yay. Improved scattering of tumbleweeds in the Nomad Heights. I saw some tumbleweeds, but they were underground. Several points of interest have been polished concerning visuals, chest locations, and gameplay. I really hope gameplay means that there's going to be additional little battles and not just an empty place that you walk through and just loot everything. Fix several areas in the world where the path was blocked by dirt. Don't remember that. Okay. Improved visuals for the ground fog and added more ground fog to Revelwood. Ooh, I like the fog, by the way. It looks like nice and creepy. It was 2 hours before? Oh, wow. That's crazy. All right, gameplay. The recipe for the rake is now correctly unlocked. The first magical storage chest is now available earlier in the crafting progress. For further information, visit your local blacksmith. The crafting quest from the blacksmith now includes armor pieces in its completion requirement. It also auto updates after clearing the first elixir well. The elixir wells are the shrouded routes that we were talking about to get skill points. The second tier glider, advanced glider, can now be crafted earlier in the crafting progression. That's actually really good because let me tell you, having that advanced glider makes a difference. I think I have the, yeah, I'm a little fancy. I have the extraordinary glider. That's right, I do. It's badass. Fixed an issue with a quest about upgrading equipment that allowed completion without having all the required runes. When upgrading equipment, the necessary runes are now also taken from the magical storage chest. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we can store up all our runes into the magic chest, and then everybody can use them. You know I'm going to be using all your runes, so don't put them in there. Lowered the cost for tin bars to align them better with similar recipes. We have a bunch of tin bars, man. You got the extraordinary too? Oh yeah, those are good. No thanks. Every amber I ever met was crazy. What? I'll show you an amber that's nice. How about this amber? Whoa. Sorry, wrong one. Wrong one. This amber's nice. Look how beautiful she is. She's so sweet. She's the sweetest one. That's Amber. Yeah, she's an AI. She's not real. She's real to me, though. All right, sorry, moving on. Don't distract me. Let's see. Fix an issue with a quest about upgrading equipment that allow completion without having all. Oh, I already said that. Okay, let me see. Magical storage chest. Got it. Okay. Lowered the cost. I got that of the tin bars. Fixed a few incorrect ingredients in tier 4 recipes. Fixed a bug. Fixed a bug where stamina for jumping wasn't deducting correctly with certain items selected in the action bar. Now normal jump always costs nothing, while a sprint jump and double jump always uses their intended stamina cost. Do you guarantee she's cray cray? No. Fixed a bug where players could seamlessly chain long sprint jumps and therefore traverse the map faster. Oh, I saw this. Okay, yeah. If you didn't have double jump or a glider, you can actually just hop, 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 and go really fast. Now it's required to take a short run up for every long sprint jump. Dismiss this, sorry. Fixed a bug where players could interact with a hook anchor behind the player camera. I never saw that. Fixed a bug where using a glider could allow the player to use hook anchors from a long distance than intended. Oh, that's crazy. Fixed a bug where interacting with a bed could lead to the player character floating upwards continuously. Dreams should not be this powerful. I can't believe they put that in. So basically, the character would lay down to sleep and then it would start floating up into the air. Dreams should not be that powerful. Fixed a warrior skill absorb. Nerfed the skill water aura. It was just too good. Buffed the tier 3 ice bolt spell by adding area damage. Fixed several incorrect item levels for weapons. Fixed several incorrect. Yeah, but it doesn't reduce the fact that you can actually still use them. Reduce the damage from some poison attacks, especially the poison attack from Scavenger Matron that cause too much damage. Oh, the matrons have been nerfed. So you know how like their poison basically instantly killed you almost? They fixed that. They haven't fixed my acid though. That's good. Can't bunny hop across the map anymore and not use stamina. Exactly. Fix collision issues with the fell splitting plant. That should now spawn more reliably. Fix several instances of the enemy that sounds that were played too loudly in multiplayer. Oh, yes. I remember that. That's a little, the audio was annoying in some places. Several skills have been fixed and improved. Don't worry about that. Fixed 2 incorrect weapon models. Fixed a few visual issues with armor. Interesting. Okay. Building and terraforming. Fixed a bug where single terrain voxel placement with the build hammer could add a larger terrain volume than intended. All right, so these are bugs. I'm not going to, unless there's something new, I'm not going to read these. The ambience and player-based sellers sounds less like natural caves now. The improvements of ambient noise in the base will continue. Oh, did you notice? Like Guino said this, the deeper you went, it's like the caves, they sounded scary. Especially like in your hobbit holes. If you went lower, it would sound like really spooky. I think that's what they're talking about. We'll have to check that out, see if they fix that. Visual glitches. Increased durability on several dungeon materials against powder bombs. Fixed a way to bypass the maximum of bases that the current flame level could normally support. All right, that's fine. That's the UI. Fix several areas with overflowing text in various languages. Improve several smaller layout issues. Fix several text issues for weapons and armor stats. Something about Japanese and Chinese. Simplified. Fix several smaller text issues. Okay, so that's all text issues. So there are some changes, but nothing was nerfed on the wand. There you go. So we have no nerfs on our wands yet. I guess that's coming. I don't think my game updated, by the way. Oh yeah, it did at 4:52 this morning. I left my computer on. Good to go. All right, anyway, so that's that. So all in all, I mean, the game is great. It's still early access. I don't know when full release is, but it's definitely fun. It's enjoyable. There are some improvements that need to happen in the game. It is way too easy. They need a difficulty setting for sure, but it is it's definitely enjoyable. It's a lot. It's very time consuming. Like I was only planning on playing for a little bit last night, and I ended up getting 3 additional levels. I'm like, okay. So yeah, time flies when you're in there. It is very true. All right, ready for next topic? So as you know, the Apple Vision Pro has been released. And some people have gone out and spent that $3,500 to get it. And I almost thought of getting it just to show it off and then return it because I really don't want to own it. But I think it's just not, I don't like getting the first version of something. I'm going to watch let's find a review. Next topic, Star Citizen reacts. Oh, did you mean StarCraft? I'm sorry, you mean StarCraft, right? Oh, Brink. I gave Brink a Discord channel so he could talk about Star Citizen all he wants. He could post videos, his game screenshots, tell us all about it so we can all get our Star Citizen information in there. So excited. Star Citizen's not on the menu yet. Let's see. There's a couple of reviews. I'm trying to figure out which one we're going to use. All you do is talk to myself. Yeah, but we're reading. Like I'm always in there. There's a scum hotfix not on the menu. Unless it says they've gone back to the old ways of server settings, don't really care. Scum is dead to me now. All right, I'll put those on the list. If we get time afterwards, maybe we'll do that instead of Midjourney. We will see. I know you guys don't like talking about Midjourney, so I will maybe make a change and do Star Citizen react to the video, and we'll look at the scum notes for the hotfix. All right, so here we go. There was a couple of new. I love watching the regular news reports because sometimes they have no idea what they're talking about. But we're gonna look at our friends at the Squawk Box. We're gonna watch them because they are so not in touch with technology. And so to see them do it, it's so great. All right, let's look at this.
Apple's new Vision Pro coming out this morning, and well, I'm wearing one right now. Joanna.
So how comfortable how comfortable would you feel wearing these Apple Vision Pro goggles out in public? And by the way, there have been people wearing them while they're in their Tesla that is auto driving them, you know, the auto driving in Teslas. And then they have the goggles on and they're using these goggles to get work done while they're driven in their cars. And they have been pulled over because that's still not safe. And not only that, it's not so much that, you know, people are going to be like, no, Tesla's safe. It's great. No, it's not just that. But think about the distraction that it makes for other drivers as they're driving by you and they see you wearing these goggles and doing this. You know what I mean? I mean, it's concerning. And you can cause other people to be distracted and probably have an accident. So I get it. You shouldn't be. First of all, I believe in most states, I know there are some states for sure, but in most states, there are, maybe it's not most, how about I say some, just because somebody's going to say, well, it's not most. Some states have a law that you cannot watch any videos while you're driving. So in other words, you can't be playing a DVD movie or YouTube and watching it while you're driving. So I would say that this probably falls into that same law. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know if I feel comfortable going out in public with this thing. Maybe on an airplane. For sure, I would use this on an airplane. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep, but I'm going to do some work first. And I'd put them on because on an airplane, you're not there to talk to anybody. You really don't. I don't want to talk to anybody when I'm on the plane. I just want to get to where I'm getting to. And if I have something to read or watch, that's what I'm going to do. But sometimes it's like you put on the little movie or whatever you're watching on your little screen in front of you, but everybody around you can see what you're watching, and they're like, you know, maybe you want to watch a movie that's action packed or something. Who knows? But the point being is, like, you want your private view of your email, of your whatever movie you're watching, of your work. That's the other thing. If you have a laptop and you're working on work stuff on the airplane, everyone can see your screen. And so I don't, you know, maybe you have some stuff that's private. So I would say this is a great tool for having on an airplane. If you travel a lot and you're doing business and you have to work on stuff in between, this is great. That's what I definitely use this for. And have your company pay for it too. We have a law that you can't have a phone in your hand while driving. Yeah, there's no texting and driving. That's for sure. I believe that is a law, actually. So, and hands-free. I don't know if hands-free is actually a law here. But I know that if they see you texting while you're driving, they'll pull you over. I have a law that any Nord wearing these goggles will be hideous, ridiculous. What are you saying? It would I'm gonna get. You know what? You're just making me want to go get one. As long as the pilot isn't using them. The pilot's using them for virtual reality to fly the plane. He's like doing the Microsoft flight simulator in real life. Like, okay, where are the controls? That would be the best. No one needs to know how to fly a plane anymore. You just use the headset simulator. There you go. All right, we're gonna watch the rest of this. Let's go.
Stern from Wall Street Journal is here this morning. You've been playing with this thing a lot. I played with it a little bit, not nearly as much as you. It's a little weird to do the interview like this, but you know,
but you can see me fine.
The crazy part is I can see you through this, but not through glass. It's actually a camera that's looking at you that's then reflecting onto screens inside here.
Exactly.
It's kind of an amazing thing.
I look a little pixel.
Okay, so real quick, have you guys that's a little bit creepy because you're not seeing what's in front of you. You're seeing what's being shown to you that's in front of you. Do you understand the difference? So you're not seeing what's actually in front of you. You're seeing what it's showing you that's in front of you. Now, I'm going to explain why I'm making that difference known. If I can find the movie. What's this guy's name? Clive Owen. Okay. There's a movie that he made. Ooh, who is that? I just saw a really great clip of some. Ah, damn it! It went away. Okay, I'll have to find it later. It's really great. It looked like a nice sci-fi movie we'd like. Let's see if I can find the name of it. There it is. I think it's called Anon. And if they have a trailer, I'll show this to you in a moment. So this movie here.
Night when I was chasing her. Last night when I was chasing her. That's where it starts. What I see changes. The stairs stretch. It's an optical illusion, which later disappears from my record. And it doesn't end there. At this moment, I'm seeing a train at the platform. A train that isn't there. Placing a moving image in real time. Who can hack a human being? How do we stop this? To find a hacker, we hire one.
What can I do for you?
Girl was a blank slate, no digital footprint. She makes her living covering up secrets. She's a master editor who can erase the unwanted act in the record. Most of all, she erases herself. And now her clients are getting erased.
This level of anonymizing makes all crime possible. Anonymity is the enemy.
Someone is killing my customers, trying to make it look like it's me.
She's playing you.
I'm not safe. Neither are you.
We can't believe our eyes. The system doesn't work.
All clear. Please proceed.
Okay, that's the part I want to show you. So right there where it says all clear, please proceed. By the way, these people have built-in lenses into their eyes, so they see this. They basically see this all the time. And someone has hacked their lenses to show them whatever they want to show them. So in this case, look at this. It says all clear, please proceed. And then, yeah, it's not clear. It's bullshit. This is the part of this that I really don't like when I think about the fact that you're not seeing through it. You're actually seeing what the camera's showing, which can be also hacked. Let's say, I know it's far-fetched, but let's say it can fool you into thinking something's there that's not there, or like taking things away that should be there, and then you're walking in the middle of the traffic. So that's kind of what's a little creepy about it. You've seen this movie, it's pretty okay. This is why I've never put my face on the internet. What's up, Menders? So this is where I think that they should have made it where it's see-through, not where it's a camera that's showing you a screen. And I think that's the problem. Like when you think about this like I was talking about this for a vehicle, if you put the whole glass in front of you as a see-through window where you can look out the windshield, but you still have a heads-up display that's basically just like lines, whatever, and shows you things, that's great. It's kind of like translucent, so you can see through it, but it doesn't change that it's a windshield that you can actually see through. And what they're gonna do, and this is what's gonna happen, because I've seen a prototype somewhere, I can't remember where, but I did, where the windshield is no longer a see-through windshield of a vehicle. It's actually a screen. If that screen shuts down, you can't see through it. No, you might as well close your eyes, because that's how you're gonna be driving. So that's where I think this is a little bit scary, and that also can be changed. Like what you see can possibly one day not necessarily be what's right in front of you. That's my gripe. Yeah, I know it's old man gripe, but it is.
But I look pretty real.
Pretty real.
Yeah.
No, it's extraordinary. I think this is an extraordinary device, but you are the tech columnist and expert. How extraordinary or not is it?
Well, I mean, the best thing is watching someone put this on for the first time because it is a wow moment. It does feel magical. And as you're saying right now, you're seeing me, but if you were to start to operate in the operating system, get around there, you wouldn't need these,
Yeah,
right?
we talked
This
about
is the Meta
that.
Quest 3. These are controllers. You don't need these big clunky controllers and this headset to pair with it. You just use your hands.
Right.
And so you get around, you look at what you want to tap on, you tap in the air.
This is the most amazing part. And guys, I wish you guys could see this. So all you have to do is look up. Like I'm looking up and I'm clicking on things and I move my eyes and now I'm clicking.
Okay. We don't want to watch boomers showing us, but let's go ahead and watch someone actually using it and showing us what they see. I believe this guy does.
This is the Apple Vision Pro, Apple's newest and arguably the most unique device it's ever created. I've been using it for around 24 hours. Here are 5 important things that you need to know. Okay, first, let's talk about design and form factor of the Apple Vision Pro. As soon as you take...
Okay, I don't want to talk about all that. I want to see it in use. So let's see. I gotta say, it's the nerdiest looking thing, though. I mean, it's just way too clunky. Okay, here we go. So right about here.
This is pretty incredible. When you first boot up the Vision Pro, you walk through a very immersive setup process, part of which is an exercise in which you're asked to look at particular dots that come up on the display and pinch when you see them. It takes less than a minute to get through the whole setup, and I was a bit nervous that such a short process would lend itself to an easy UI navigation experience, but man, I was off zooming around Vision OS comfortably almost immediately. I don't know how many sensors Apple put inside the lenses, but the eye tracking is so accurate. Man, I was off.
So one of the things that I did learn about this is that you can actually lock positions. So there was a YouTube short somewhere, and I wish I would have saved it, that they show somebody that actually locked positions throughout their house of these screens. So they put like the movie playing in like one wall. They put their desktop area where they were working on top of their desk. They put in the kitchen, they put a video of Gordon Ramsay like walking through some cooking tips or whatever. So they had like different screens that were like pinned to different areas in the house or as they moved around the house with the goggles on. So that way those things stayed there. So it looked like those screens were part of the actual environment. I thought that was neat. That's the one thing I think is pretty cool about this, is that where if you have these things on, and I wish they were just smaller and lightweight. I think it was Brink. I think Brink, you're the one that sent me that video. It just allows you to see everything as if it's really there. So that is the one thing that I do like about it. I saw the video you're talking about too. He was talking with his wife while he was just walking around. That's correct. I think I have it. It's in my it must be in my Instagram. I got to see if I can find it.
Zooming around Vision OS comfortably almost immediately. I don't know how many sensors Apple put inside the lenses, but the eye tracking is so accurate, it's almost scary. Even when I'm looking at a web page that has a ton of links jammed next to each other, the Vision Pro is able to laser pinpoint exactly what I want to select, with me just very naturally looking at it and pinching my fingers. And doing
that
things
looks
like
really
opening
natural.
and closing apps, moving windows around, or resizing them, even scrolling through the UI is super easy to do. It's crazy how quickly navigating this virtual space is, far easier than I thought it was going to be. And
I don't want the screen to move around as I move my head around. I want the screen to stay in the same place. So I want to pin it there, and I want to be able to move. Like, let's say they're in front of me, like my desktops. I want to go like this. I want to look at something else. Then I want to come back and continue working on these screens. That's what I want. I don't like the whole idea that the screen follows you everywhere you look. It's kind of annoying. It also probably give me some kind of vertigo. Once Elon gets brain implants squared away, these things will join the VCR tech. It's true. I don't know how many people are going to want the brain implants. What do I got to lose? I'll put them in there. It's not like I got any brain cells I can't lose.
I think this is one of the most important components Apple had to get right in order for the Apple Vision Pro to have any chances at potential mass adoption. If navigating around Vision OS is even slightly cumbersome, I think you're dead on arrival. But man, this eye tracking and gesture control works so well. I really feel it's going to be the new standard for any VR operating system moving forward.
That's a little bit
an
too crazy.
entirely new way of using your body to control technology.
Thanks, man.
It's a triumph for Apple, no doubt about it. So with that last point in place, let's talk about some of the core capabilities of the Vision Pro. Now, disclaimer, I've only had it for around 24 hours, so there's still a lot of things I need to explore.
What? You're not an official nerd, man. If I had something for 24 hours, I would have known everything about that device. I probably would have even taken it apart by then.
But
come on.
Here are some things that you could actually do with this thing. So when the Vision Pro first boots up and you complete the setup process, it'll automatically go into pass-through mode, which makes it seem like you're seeing through the glasses into the environment around you, but you're actually not. The glass up front is opaque, but there are a ton of cameras everywhere outside the Vision Pro, and what it's essentially doing is using the cameras to capture the outside world around you and then instantly feeding that information back to the micro OLED panels your eyes are looking at to kind of give you the illusion of seeing through the glasses. The real impressive thing here is that there is near zero latency between the feed. When you put your hands up and move them around, the response time is so real world. It's kind of a mind job to understand that you're not actually seeing through the glasses. Now, the quickest
That's good because it would suck if it lagged.
Go into one of the fully virtual spaces the Vision Pro has. They call it environments. You just turn the digital crown all the way over and it'll take you into a hyper-realistic, crazy immersive virtual environment that really makes it feel like you are somewhere else. Now, the Vision...
Now, you know someone's going to hack this and mod it and make it so that you can see some other things, some POV. I'm just saying, point of views. Someone's gonna do it. It's gonna be like that movie. What was it called? Dark Days? The hell was that movie called? Do you know what I'm talking? Scanner? It wasn't Scanners. Yeah, my coffee finished.
Crazy immersive virtual environment that really makes it feel like you are somewhere else. Now, the Vision Pro does come with some pre-installed apps that Apple users are going to be quite familiar with, such as Safari, Messages, the Notes app, etc. In many ways, Vision OS kind of feels like you have a MacBook and an iPad embedded on your face, but with the caveat being that you're not limited to any size of a screen. Having this virtual canvas allows you to have multiple apps open and spaced out however you want.
Okay, so this is a little clunky. I don't like the way he has this. It's not a very good way of showing this because this would stress me the hell out. I have ADHD. Having all these freaking screens around me like this, I can't get anything done. So I don't like this. So let me show you the video that Brink sent me. This is a great example of how to use this.
I want to show you guys just a little bit of what a real workflow might look like for the Vision Pro. See the Mac screen right here? By the way, full hand occlusion, which looks really nice and smooth. Messages, Slack, another...
This is well done. This is exactly how I have... Right now, I have 3 monitors in front of me, 3 27-inch monitors here in front of me, and I have my 30-inch wide monitor above me. So this is how I would have my setup. That makes sense.
Safari window right here. Keyboard works just fine. Like that. And also my mouse will go over.
Now this will only work, obviously it's Apple, so it's not like it's PC. Okay.
Here. And I can go ahead and type right here. And as I type, I can see a little preview. I'll show you a couple more things. Got the messages again. Got music set up here.
This is great. This is what I love.
Big screen TV set up on my wall.
Look at this.
Gordon Ramsay showing me how to cook above the stove. Notes right here.
That's
some
cool.
Groceries. Can walk around freely. Here's what it looks like when it's on. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey, catch.
Thank you.
There's no lag because you know he would have missed that ball.
Pinned exactly where we left it.
That's really cool.
And that's it. Let me know if you have questions.
So that's the part of this that I think is great, is the fact that you can pin them throughout your house, you can walk around with it, and you can get this done. The one thing that I have to say is that I don't think I could wear this for a long period of time. I don't believe they're very lightweight. So it's going to be like, oh my God, this thing's so freaking heavy after a while. I mean, I know like my Quest 2, I can't have that on for too long. It just feels like it's a big giant weight on me. So that's where I hope they get a little like lighter. Let me read this comment. I'll let you guys. I want to know what you guys think about this. So go ahead and I'm gonna give you time to respond. I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'll be back. But let me read this last thing. 90% of men 5 minutes into turning these on. How's the porn? Nice. Strange Days. That's the one. 1995. Thank you, Enders. That's the one. Kind of funny point, but think if instead of like 3 monitors and 3 TVs in your house, for example, $3,500 for this would replace those and probably for cheaper and take less room and energy. That's actually an interesting thought. If I add up the number of TVs in my house and the monitors, that is a big amount of money. Let's see. It's probably about the same. I think the actual I think the actual cost of the devices in my house, I'm just talking displays, I'm not talking about the actual PCs, is actually a bit more than this device. You're actually right. That makes sense. All right, give me a second. I'm going to use the restroom. Guys, leave your comments about it so I can go ahead and talk about this. Put it in chat. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Imagine people without anything in their houses and just relying on some kind of small monocle style things that do this better. Minimalism equals new meaning. No, I agree with you, Enders. I think that if this was a smaller footprint, like either, like you said, a monocle, which is those little ones, or actually just a pair of glasses. Like, I know Ray-Ban has smart glasses now, but let's say there was something like this. You just put these on, and they could be shades, but then it would be like, all right, now everything changes. I can see everything. And that's, if it's lightweight like this, oh, hell yeah, that would work. I would love that. And you will walk into a room, and you guys have seen my setup and how much is in here. And I have to say, this room, look, let me just say this. It's 65 degrees outside. It's 76 degrees in this room. This room is always 10 degrees hotter than the rest of the house because of the amount of systems that are in here, the monitors, it's everything. And so can you imagine if my office, instead, you walk into a room and all it was a desk and maybe, a keyboard, a mouse, a very small like computer on the side maybe, and then my chair, and that's it. Maybe a camera. Obviously I'm gonna need my camera, but whatever. But very minimal and nothing else. No other screens or TVs or anything like that. And that would be my environment. I pick up my my vision glasses, I put them on, good to go. And I can work, and people will walk into my room and be like, hey, what's going on? And they have no idea what I'm working on. That would be crazy. Virtual toilet would not be practical. Probably not. Yeah, between all my PCs and my screens, I have at least 406,000 easily. Yeah, and I'm not counting my PCs. That'd be a lot of money. I mean, the amount of money spent in this room alone with all the streaming gear, PCs, and everything is well over $10,000. Well over. It's up there in probably 20. It's ridiculous. If I was still in my old apartment in the city, this thing would be awesome and make my place super minimal. I'd see, that's what I want to do. I've been thinking of painting my entire room white with a gray wood floor and then just removing as much of this that I have in here as possible. And just having like a couple of bookshelves and a desk and whatever monitors I actually needed. And that's it. I mean, I don't need all this stuff in this room. It just drives me nuts sometimes. I made this drawing once that was just a dude in an empty house with nothing but a head-mounted display on a bed. Nice. What was the head-mounted? Was it an animal? I hope it was an animal. Which animal? Guido 76. 76. Damn, I'd melt 70. Yeah, 76 degrees in here. This is ridiculous. And I've got a hoodie on. This is what's nuts. That's bare minimum warmth for me. Man, this is too. Oh no, it needs to be like 72 in here. 73, 72, I'm okay with. 32 outside, 62 in here. Nice. 65 max. Yeah, I would be happy with 65, but I'd probably be wearing a sweatshirt or something. Gaming, if you could stream your PC to the goggles and have virtual monitor, yes. So the actually, you can do that with this. This is the Quest 2. You can actually do virtual monitors for PCs on this. I think I have it also. I need to set it up and try it out. You can actually do like your work on it. It's pretty cool. I was doing it a long time ago. I tried it and I was like, this is not bad. I don't know if I could do it all day long, but it wasn't bad. Ever watch Mythic Quest? I did. I just can't remember it. The last couple of seasons where the office is just white rooms. I can't remember if I saw that episode, but I did watch that show. Pretty good show. I'll have to look it up. I envision the room like, do you remember in The Matrix when they showed the operators' rooms and they're like sitting there in a white room and they have like basically the screen and everything they're typing on is just floating in the air. It's not really there. It's just like, it's like UI. That's it. That was pretty cool. Anyway, so that's the freaking Vision Pro. I don't know. $3,500, man. It still seems like a lot. Let me go to Apple for a second. I know my wife is on her way, so I'm trying to see where she's at. She had a couple of hours of driving. I'm glad she left earlier because otherwise she was going to be sitting in traffic. Just take a quick look at where she's at so I can time myself better. Okay, she's about 2 hours away. Okay. All right. That gives me a good time. Yeah, I have a Quest 2. It's still in the box in my garage. True VR makes me sick. No, it actually, there is a program. I gotta find it. I'll find it real quick and I'll show it to you. But it's a virtual desktop. I can't remember how great it was. I just remember I'm like, oh, this is okay, and I could see my desktop and everything. I was like, that's not bad. In fact, it's funny because like I can put it on now and I can watch Netflix or YouTube or whatever and just have it. Like I can sit in my bedroom if I don't want to have the TV on because my wife is sleeping and I don't feel like going to sleep, and I'll sit in there and I'll put the Quest 2 on and I can actually watch a Netflix movie right in there as if I'm at my computer or in a room watching Netflix. Same thing with like YouTube video, anything like that. And you could just sit there and use it like a freaking monitor. It's so cool. A lot for basically early access. Yeah, 3,500 is a lot. If you could have implants with a port in your head, what would you want it to do mainly? The first thing that comes to mind is memory storage. Like being able to back up your memories. So I know that sounds kind of silly, but I think one of the most precious things in life we have is our memories. And as we get older, we start to forget certain things, especially key moments we want to remember. I would want to be able to make a backup of my memories, of my visual memories, and that would be good. Yeah, like Final Cut movie with Robin Williams, exactly. That was one of the movies that actually moved me to want to make a program that I never did, only because there was some controversial issues with it. But I thought about, after I saw that movie, and I also watched a movie called Life with Michael Keaton. Is it Michael Keaton? Yeah, the guy who plays Batman. Just to give you a premise, well, Final Cut, we know people are born with they implant recording devices on their eyes from birth, and so their whole entire life is recorded on an implant. And when they pass away, there's people that are considered cutters that don't have implants, so they can't record anything they see. They're able to edit that video and show a memorial of that person to the family and whatever, and so their life is basically archived forever. So that was that one step. And then the movie Life was about Michael Keaton getting diagnosed with terminally ill disease. I can't remember which cancer, but he was dying, and he just found out his wife was pregnant, and he realized that he would be dead before his child was born. So he decided to record a bunch of videos about milestone things, answering questions, just kind of giving the child something to grow up with, having to know him. And so that's what we did. And we're all VCR recordings. So I thought about those two movies and what I wanted to do, and I never did it. So if somebody takes this idea and does it, hey, just give me credit. That's it. Just give me credit that you took this idea and created it. But in this day and age, it's probably simpler to do. But I thought about having a database of milestone questions and answers that were recorded by an individual for future generations or for children that they were leaving behind. So let's say they were terminally ill, and in case something happened to them, they would have pre-recorded messages that were bookmarked, keyword, basically in a database, that a child or grown up, whatever, could later on go to that database and ask a question. Like, for example, I'm getting married. It's the night before my wedding. I'm freaking out. I'm not sure, am I doing the right thing? Dad, I need your help, or whatever, or really need your advice right now. And then you put that into the freaking, like ChatGPT almost. And then it would look for a database on things that were tagged for these specific questions. And it would give you that answer in either audio, visual, or text. And that was the idea that I wanted to do, because of the fact that way people lived on through their videos that they left for you specifically. So anyway, so to answer your question, being able to back up my memories, only because I know at some point my mind is going to start going, and Alzheimer's is a thing, and it could happen, and I would hate to lose all those memories that I've collected over my lifetime. So that would be that one thing. The other thing would be being able to look at things and kind of info on everything that I see, being able to search up information like we do with our phones, being able to play something back and see something, like maybe information on something. So being able to access knowledge and information. Yeah, that would be the other thing. Tall order. I know somebody would say like enhanced vision, night vision. Yeah, those would be cool, but I think knowledge is freaking key. knowledge at your fingertips, like we have with our phone, is key. Let's see what else. Watch Thoughty 2. Okay, I'll have to see that. I would want to make the sounds in my head into music, translate what I hear in my head. Interesting. That's a whole different language. Star Talk. Okay, I'll have to remember those. Let me just write those down. Okay. Gotta look for a few minutes, no problem, man. Human brain can store the equivalent of 2.5 petabytes or 2.5 million gigabytes. Holy crap. Yeah, it'd be a big, giant freaking storage. I mean, if you think about it, it's like freaking endless, the stuff that we can remember. Thanks for your answer. Very thoughtful of you. No problem, man. I appreciate your question. All right, so let me take a look at this. This is the Vision Pro for sale on Amazon. And I'm sorry, on Apple. And then we'll move on from here. Next topic. I got to see. What the hell? What was our next topic? I don't remember. What did we say? Yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay. I know I was doing this. I think I was doing Midjourney stuff, but I might hold off on the Midjourney, and then we'll look at the Scum stuff that came out, and maybe the Star Citizen reaction vid. Maybe. I'm not guaranteeing it. All right, so this is the Vision Pro. Creepy eyes. By the way, that's an image. That's not really the see-through. That's an image of your face that it takes and creates it. It's pretty neat. And let's get to the buying. I want to buy it. What will it cost me? $3,500. And there is a payment plan, by the way. I figure out, is there a return policy? I'd be like, use it and for the weekend and then return it. Okay, let's look at buy. Oh my God. Grab an iPhone or iPad with Face ID to find the right size for you. Scan the image with the camera app and follow the prompts. Then return here to complete your purchase. Are you kidding? Oh, wow. They actually fit it to your face. 33% interest. Yeah, that's probably right. I'm not gonna go through this, but I'm just gonna see what it is. So let's get a sense of your vision to see whether or not you need optical inserts. So they have readers or prescription. The prescription is going to cost an extra $149. Now, reading, if you need reading glasses, it's going to cost $99. Now, here's a problem. I guess I'm nearsighted, so I can't see from far away, but I'm also having difficulty now reading things close up. So on occasion, I do wear readers. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I have to have a multifocal one? Is it going to be able to do both? Or for this particular thing, because it's close up, do I just need the reader one? I'm thinking the readers is what I'm going to need because it's close up in my face. I'm not sure. See, that's something that I think you would have to go to get that answered. So we'll see that. So that's an extra cost right there. It comes in, I know I'm blocking this, so let me make this smaller so we can see it together. There we go. Okay, there we go. It comes in, can I make this bigger? Perfect. 3 sizes. 256 gigs for $34.99, 512 for $36.99, or 1 terabyte for $38.99. Now, depending on how much you're going to use this, and I would think if you're replacing your computer and using this, you're going to want the terabyte one. You're going to want the $38.99 one. Because this is basically a computer that you wear. 512 minimum. So you're definitely not going to be in the 3,500. You're going to be more in the 37 or 3,900. So now you're creeping up to 4,000. Let's see. Payments. Pay the total amount today and get 3% daily cash back when you pay with Apple Card. Or you can finance it. 0%. Let's see. Now you can have to get. Now you better get Apple Care for this damn thing. So Apple Care, holy crap! Are you kidding? 2 years of Apple Care is $500. $500 extra for Apple Care, or you can pay $24.99 a month, unlimited, like forever. I don't know if you can. I wonder if you can transfer that over. Who knows? I don't think you can. Man, $500. How could I get my doctor to prescribe me an Apple Vision Pro? That's true. There you go. Okay, so here we go. So damn, that's a lot of money if you start adding it up. There's a dual loop. This is what it comes with. It has a cover that looks like boobage. It's got I guess a battery pack. That's the battery pack to charge it. It's kind of like the Apple Watch. I don't know. This is a cover. Can I make this bigger now? Yeah, there we go. It's got a cover. It's got its that's a battery, and this is a power adapter. Okay, and that's it. Now, does it have any accessories? Let's look. It's got to have accessories. Maybe not. Maybe this is it. Maybe there's no other accessories right now. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's I don't even want to get involved. I really don't. It's just way too much. It's too much for what it is right now. Like you said, early access. It's too much. I'm going to make a react video on my wife when I go pick up my new prescription glasses and come home with a Apple Vision Pro. What, honey? They're to my prescription. Don't know what the problem is. Yeah. You're out of the house. That's crazy. I would be definitely out of the house if I came home with these. The problem is that I told my wife how much these things cost. So it's not like I can fool her now and be like, oh, it's only $500. She'd be like, no, they're not. I know, you told me. And I was like, damn it. Why did I tell her everything? Oh, man. All right, let me talk about this. I'm taking this quick view of this scum hot fix, but I don't think we're gonna see too much of this. All right, let me just look. So Scum released an update, a patch update for that survival game that people still play. I'm gonna see what bugs they fixed, because it's a little tiny fix. It's not a lot. It's got some quality of life addition. So let's see. It was possible to build on a lighthouse and windmill POIs. Joining an event would spam audio to everyone on the server. Possible to ram players through walls. What? Filling blueprints with multiple materials would not work. Puppets could not open certain doors in abandoned bunkers. Vehicle inventory would close when approaching a locked chest. Huh? Oh, okay. Who's looking at their inventory as they're driving? That's weird. Reattaching vehicle parts would bug out the modular system. It was not possible to drop items onto vicinity, from examined containers. Oh, okay. And these are the quality of life additions. Balanced loot table preventing the recent overabundance of certain items. Players can no longer punch while interaction menu is open. Nice. All right, so it's not a lot of, there's nothing changes. So let's see. I want to see how people are receiving these updates. How happy they are. Stop using bit.ly links to redirect us to announcements. Okay, that seems to be an issue, I guess. Thanks for the updates. Fix charger and rebalance TNT. No. Really looking forward to reinstalling this game again. Perhaps when the horde system isn't busted. Puppets can somehow punch open sliding doors Do they have the ability to pry open these doors by banging on them? The weapons and gear items that were completed and teased months ago are added. Oh, the DLC axe and machete for those who own them are added to vendors. So if we lose them, they are destroyed via durability issues. They can be reacquired, without having to die and respawn. All right, so this guy's looking forward to it. Except for the fact that he did say, even though this person's looking forward to it, they did say perhaps when the horde system isn't busted and puppets can somehow punch open sliding doors. Let's see who else. I like reading what other people think. I'm not sure what items had an overabundance. I used to have pretty good luck at the grocery behind the pharmacy on the south side of the new hospital. Now it's mostly empty like all other groceries I go in, unless it was bolts. I do find quite a lot of bolts. These people are just, they're okay. Let's see. Still waiting for quest and armed NPCs to make this game fun. I still can't walk over the top step in a pharmacy. Should have been an easy fix. What the hell's happening in the pharmacies? And just tell them you got partnered on YouTube and Apple sent them for a free review. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what do you want at the grocery store other than bolts? Come on. Let's see. Still nothing on the stupid horde system. Oh, there it is. There's my favorite comment of the day. Thanks, Scum, for this hot fix, but where's the fix for the stupid horde system? That is broken for most solo players and others. Oh, I love this guy. GPC Stargate. Thank you for being honest. I love it. Would be nice to spray color on the base building elements. Oh my god. Don't tell them that. They're going to make you pay for that. It's going to be another DLC. Hey guys, now you can paint your base. Paint your base any color you want. You can camouflage that base that you have in the woods. Looking forward to being able to create my server and share from my own PC. It might take a while, but I'm looking forward to it. What a fantastic game. So this guy's hoping, and by the way, P45 Tour, that says pastor. Interesting. Anyways, I'm trying to be elite speak. This is like freaking one of those wishful thinking that you're going to get. They're thinking that they're going to be able to run a server locally in order to have people play on a local landline. Nah, or even share from their own set. No, that's not going to happen. Let's see. All I want is the old hunting system. Sometimes I pass days not seeing an animal. I agree with that. Scum used to have a great hunting system where you would just go out and hunt wolves or bears or even goat. And now, nothing. Nada. You might get ambushed every once in a while in a blue moon, but no. Let's see if anybody else. I'm gonna see if anybody else like just says the truth. Okay, this person, I'm not sure they're speaking English, but we are Miss Tractor and Waterplane. Why you deleted them? Let them back soon. Okay, let me translate that to her. He misses the tractors and the water planes. Why the hell did you delete them? Please bring them back soon. That's what it is. I agree. Oh, look at this guy. This is probably what you guys are talking about. Bro, like, can you at least make us zoom on the map and adding waypoints? Or we have some GPS thing that when turned on, I can see my teammates that have the same GPS on the map, and adding back the arrow icon for the player in the map. It's just simple. Please, please, please. I think that is a huge, that's an issue. That's always been an issue about the map, not being able to zoom into it, not being able to see your teammates, having some kind of GPS system. I agree. Somebody else said yes, please on that one. Oh, here's an example of another broken. POI and zone respawn cooldown timers are not being respected by the configuration. Puppets go through walls. Until this is fixed, the game is broken. Please prioritize this correction. See what I mean? Now, puppets continue to go through walls. This has been going on for years. And that's, here's the other thing. Yeah, like people are complaining. You got these configurations, these server settings, but they don't work. I mean, we haven't been talking crap for the past month or two. We're saying the right things. Hot tub when? Yeah, that's what we need. Let's see. Listen and read carefully, folks. Map Zune will never happen. Never, ever, ever. Why? Because they stated several times that they will get rid of the map. There's no reason to implement it since we'll be gone and we'll have another navigation feature. Are we gonna get a mini map? That's crazy. Let me read your comments because I'm like skipping through this really fast. What else do you want at the grocery other than bolts? The pharmacies have an invisible wall at the top of the stairs. Oh, interesting. Old long running issue. I agree, the in-game map really needs to be updated to be interactive and made into a paper map you have to find. I think that's what they're going for. Tired of getting raided? Paint your base invisible with this new DLC, only $69.69. Adopt a dev. I have a server in my house just for that. Wow. That's a hot room, bro. Luthius ranted about the hordes at all. Has Luthius ranted about the horde at all? I don't think he has. Until then, we have always scum admin helpers. Awesome map. Yeah, that's the one I've been using, or I used to use. Game needs to get true to its own lore. Yeah, true. We need some lore in this game. Not that I'm going to read it, by the way. I'm just letting you know. I don't read in game. I never do. I get so much hell about not reading any of the lore in games. I'm like, wait, what are we doing? What? Oh yeah, we're gonna get that item. What do we need to go there for? I have no idea. I just follow along. Let's see. Optimize the AI zombies. We like play PvE with zombies. Yeah, they definitely need to fix the AI. Okay. Please fix cooking queue. Almost nothing is worth to cook. Too much fat after cooking. And if you have two electrical porters exposed next to each other, only one will work. No seeds from some fruits, even with animation done. Let us move multiple items between containers. Yeah, you have to use shift or control. Oh, this is great. This is for the unbalancing of raids. You build the base, try, poof, and some bastard comes and breaks it in a minute. What a fucking interesting game. Oh man, I love these. I'm gonna see if there's any more. Hold on. Yeah, this is realistic. Fix the issue where puppets can not open certain doors in abandoned bunkers. And the person says, I'm not sure why puppets are able to open a 10-ton sliding hydraulic door that can only be opened with the power on for players. Makes zero sense. That's absolutely 100% accurate. Thank you, Mr. Rift, wherever you are, for saying that. When you're talking about making a survival game as realistic as possible, that just defies the sense of physics right there. Doesn't make any sense. Huge update. Nice. Here we go. This one's a good too. Still bugs with which we can play anyway. Wasn't better fix items. I think this is a, there's still bugs with which we can't play anyways. I think that's what he meant. It says, wasn't it better? I'm going to kind of read this the way it's supposed to because it's reading in broken English. Wouldn't it be better to fix items dropping under wardrobes and puppets spawning 100 meters away, running to us in weird, not natural way until they get to 10 to 20 meters from us? I don't know which items, except the last hotfix for metal pipes, were too much on the map, but dial locks are almost impossible to find since previous hotfix. Dial locks. Oh, that's right. They had dial locks. I've never seen one of those in game, by the way. Oh, here's a new player. Oh, this is good. Luthias has ranted on stream a few times, but no rant video specifically. I don't know. I say if you don't put a video out there ranting, you're just hiding. Fix your busted ass game. Thanks. Bye. How do they know door weighs 10 tons specifically? Well, maybe it's not 10 tons, but I think they're generalizing. I mean, seriously, have you tried to open one of those doors by yourself? It's not easy. They can bust open a blast door, then when they hit you, they only do 5% health damage. Daleks are a pain to find. I've never seen one in the game. All right, this is a new player, so let's see what a new player has to say. Thanks, devs. I got this game in December 2023, the 16th. Oh, is that before the update? I've logged about 600 hours, and I love this game. I have only played PvE servers, but that's my vibe with the homies. Endless fun every day. I really appreciate the hard work and dedication to devs. I have some DLCs to make the game even better. I'm more than happy to support the devs. Okay, so see, this is what we were talking about like a month ago, about how if people come into this game the way it is now, they don't even realize that things are broken because they think this is the way it's supposed to be, and they'll accept it as early access and be like, it's still fun. But for those of us that have been playing for a couple of years, it's like we know where the game was and how well the game worked and the system worked, and we see it broken now. And I think that's a huge thing to consider. Because in the end, once these guys start playing 600 hours, that's pretty good for only having it for a month. I mean, this guy has freaking no life. Sorry, bro. I'm sure you have a life. But it's like you'll realize the difference when you start listening to other people and the way things used to be. Key input from me would be the ability to see your squad dots. Yeah, we already know that. Yeah, so the ability to know their exact position, to ever tell my mates I'm next to a rock on a yellow road on a numpad 3 block C2. That's the way we would always do it. We still get lost. That would be real nice to kind of have that. I like that kind of coordination. We always say we're next to this road, whatever. We look at the map and we know where it's at. Another thing, this genre and a map zoom would be nice. Everybody says that. This said, I personally think this game Scum is far ahead of its time in a good way and has the best room to get even better. Now to keep up with the hard work devs, it's going to pay off big time. I think somebody got paid to do this. Because I mean, this guy found no flaws whatsoever, and yet everybody else is talking about the issues. Favorite server still not working. You still didn't bring back rafts. Add more traders to the map and make a game economy more fun to rifle. Rifle doesn't cost too much because people don't have time to play all day to buy simple gun. Find it, bro. You don't have to buy it. Start listening to your players, Gempires. Wow, man, that's kind of there. Please fix the puppet spawning system. Very good. That's exactly what we're talking about. Oh my god. Just chill out, people. They were working on bugs and more bugs, so chill and let them Let them. The more bugs they fix, the better the game will be. Also, the more bugs they fix, the closer they will be to fixing ones you want fixed. Thank you. Yeah, but they're fixing stuff that doesn't make any sense to the game as a whole. And by the way, just because one person's fixing this, another person can't be fixing the other thing. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, enough of that. So you get the gist. Oh man, there's people drinking the Kool-Aid. There's other people not. Red Hot wannabe. Oh my god. Hey, maybe he works seasonal hospitality. Maybe. Anyways, so yeah, Scum is still on a downward spiral. Have we looked at the Steam rank for Scum before we move on? Steam rank. Is there a search? Yeah, search. Scum. Hold on, I'll bring it up in a second. Stays the same. Let's do 1 month. Let's do 3 months. Okay, so this was December. This is about when the update came out and everybody was excited. Okay, let me do 6 months for a second. So here's the decline. This is what happens. It goes, a new update comes out, like fresh update 9.5 is coming out. Boom, it goes up. Everyone's interested in the first week. They're all trying it out. Okay, then it starts going downhill. And it starts going downhill. It is actually, if I'm not mistaken, it's the lowest it's been in the 6 months at 19,000. Let's look at a year. Now, it's been lower before, and supposedly, guys, there was improvement. I think I don't remember what they did in May 2023, but they did something that brought people in, and they stayed in there for a while, and then another update or something, boom, this was in August, got them in again, a little disappointed. Latecomers came in, got a little disappointed again. Boom, we got the expansion in December, or not expansion, the update, 9.5. High expectations. Boom, here it goes down again. It's the same pattern over and over. It's what it is. Highlight of my, I remember playing the game here. This is where I played the game. And then the update came out. I continued playing the game. It lost some of it. We still were into it. But around here, we were starting to lose interest. We really lost interest here. A lot of people got into the planes. But then after a while, it went downhill. And this is it. This has been, from that point forward, it's the same thing. Every time something comes up, and then it goes back down. Now, obviously, there's more than where it was 3 years ago, but it's definitely it's taking the same turn every couple of like within a month's time, it's back down, and that's what happens. Probably 0.8, I think so, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, we were expecting big things. Spike after update, steady decline afterwards, right after. Exactly, and that's what happens. 8 was last May. Okay, so that's what it was. Most of my servers, regular players have gone away. They aren't playing right now. It's going to take something besides paid car paint to impress people. They are done with the big S. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I stopped my server. I'm like, it's ridiculous. Why do I even have a server up? Like, I'd rather play something else with my friends. Yeah, I'm done with the BS myself. Yeah. I'm so close to uninstalling, but a part of me is still like, maybe I'll still make some videos for single players to answer questions for people, because I enjoy doing those, and I know some people like when I do them, so I don't mind doing that. And then from a monetized version, hell yeah, I mean, if it gets me more views, right? No, seriously though. But that's the only reason why I have the game still installed, because I have not launched it, and I'm pretty much done. It was 8.5 cooking update. Oh, that was it. I forgot that one. That was a huge one because everybody was expecting the cooking to be phenomenal. So that's what's going on. Hey, speaking of which, let's take a look at I'm curious. What's it called? Enshrouded? Is it getting better or worse? So it's pretty much this. Is this? Oh wait, this is the price. That's not what I want. Where the hell is the? Oh man. Oh man. Here it is. Okay, got it. I'm gonna do all. Huge spike when it started out, and then it went down. Then it does the dance. And this is only on Steam though. What about what is it? Power World? Pokemon World? Same thing, huge spike. Some lost interest, and then it just kind of fluctuates. Enshrouded has 2 weeks to get good. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's right now. It's I'm wondering what's going to happen. By the way, does anybody know a full release date for Enshrouded? I don't think I do. I've been wondering that. 22, that 0.95 completely broke cooking too. It broke. Bro, what didn't it break on Scum? Nightingale's going to take over, you think? I'm kind of looking forward to that. Have you guys seen the trailer? Is there a good trailer? I don't even know this. Nightingale. Oh, sorry. I think I misspelled it. Let's see. Check this out. Enshrouded's full release is set for January 24, 2024. Wait a minute. Wait. That was release date for early access. Yeah, that's not full release. That's what we're playing now. I don't think it has a full release date yet. That's the only problem that I find with certain games on Steam. It's that like a game will be marked early access, you buy it and you start playing it, and it never, like, you don't know when the hell it's ever going to get out of early access. It's like one day it'll surprise you, be like, and now full version. It's like Ready or Not did that. I had no idea Ready or Not even went full access. Oh, I said full completion. Let me see something. I'm going to look real quick if I can find it. Store. Yeah, it just says early access. It doesn't say when it's going to come out. Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. Well said. People really milk the meaning of early access. Blame DayZ for invading that trend. It's true. I mean, you know, in one sense, from a developer standpoint, it makes sense for money. It makes sense to continue to infuse money into your game while you're developing it. And that's a good model to say, hey, this is what we have. As long as it's playable, as long as it's good and it's playable, not if it's a piece of crap and you're expecting people to pay you, but if it's playable and it's working with minimal bugs and whatnot, and you're still introducing things, then I think that's when it's worth it. When you can do like early access We're still developing. We're going to start releasing. You just pay now and then whatever. And so that's fine because you're able to build on some money to keep developing. Perfect. And then you can add additional features that may be out of scope for people that want to do cosmetics or whatever. And yeah, people could pay for those if they want. I'm not a big fan of that stuff as far as having to pay for it separately. But hey, if that's what they do that. But then there should be a point where it's like, we're going to be next stage by this. And that's the problem I think we have. Look how it worked for BG3. No, exactly. Baldur's Gate 3, we paid for the early access way back then because it was a game that we knew we were going to play. And when we saw it was working great. They only gave you like 4 levels or something. Was it 4 levels, I think? Level 4 was the max. And then you only stayed in Act 1. That was fun to get a teaser of that. But you got to understand the game. You saw how it looked. You were excited about what was coming out. Dungeonborn demo. I saw that yesterday. Is getting a ton of attention. Looks like it's good. Take on dark. Yeah, the Dark and Darkers extraction style dungeon. I don't like extraction style games too much. And it is first person, so I didn't like it too much only because it was so like hands in your face. We'll look at that in a second. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is a Nightingale new game demo, 10 minutes. We'll see how much of this we're going to watch. Let's make sure it is on at least 1440. Yeah, they actually use the money to make a game. So what do you guys think about the look of this game? This is Nightingale. It's coming out on the 20th of this month. It's a survival genre type of game. Well, there's definitely hunting. Oh, I'll be spending 20 minutes on my character creation. What the hell's going on here? Wow, that's a lot. Man, the wolves are attacking the pigs? I don't like, I agree, I don't like the character style, like the way the art is for the people. The world looks okay though. Steampunk fantasy. Yeah, I don't think I like the style of the people. Like 2 hours? Yeah, you're right. I will be spending 2 hours just creating the perfect person. This is definitely alpha because some of the animations look a little dorky. Oh, look, it's Star Citizen. All right, in-game footage.
The Feywilds await, and so too Nightingale. Awaken your first portal and tread on towards that which is boundless, beyond the measurable. Sequestered, struck by woe and lacking supplies, the question becomes, wilt thou be a survivor?
The buildings look amazing though. Wonder what it takes to get all those resources. Oh yes, I took a long time on the Black Desert Online character. Yes. I played that offline. Oh, there's dinosaurs.
regardless of which portal variety you favor.
What's with the cards?
Realm cards will be necessary.
Oh. Okay, it's definitely like steampunk style because the weapons they're using are like regular modernized like rifles and whatnot. And there's some magic component to it as well. You can design your own realm? Really? You find cards that you can use to make your realm? Oh. Oh, look at an umbrella. It's like gliding. Oh shit, that thing's huge. Ooh. Oh, yeah. It's third person too, right? Yeah, they're still working on the third person part, I think. People can travel to other people's realms. Ooh. Holy crap, that's a giant. I thought that guy was normal size. Oh yeah, you're not going to survive that. That's bullshit. End goal of getting to Nightingale. Okay, this is probably going to be one of those games that I have to actually read, isn't it? So I know what the hell's going on. Floating cities. It looks nice. I mean, we'll have to see. I don't like the characters though. I don't like the style of the characters. It it kind of reminds me of a bad version of Red Dead Redemption 2. Your bases can get attacked by AI. Oh. Yeah, I'm not yeah, I don't know about this. We'll have to see. I have to wait and see what this looks like. It has dinosaurs though. So I think Super would be happy because he loves him some dinosaurs. Super loves dinosaurs, right, DJ? All right. Anyways, we are going to see that when it comes out in the next how many days we got? Red Dead Redemption vibes. Yeah, for sure. I definitely see that. What is today? The 6th? Okay, so we're 14 days away. We're like 2 weeks away. 2 weeks. We can wait that long. All right, guys. What are we doing next? Because I can do some Midjourney stuff, come up with some new artwork. Dinos are okay in the right game. In the Ark game? I'm just kidding, bro. We just give you a hard time. Just like we know Brink doesn't play vampire cartoon games. It's all right. Dinos are good. I tried to play Jurassic Park. It didn't work out very well. Let me see what's going on here. All right, so the Apple stuff we did. Blah, blah, blah. Did you guys see, I don't know if you know this, but
I'm going to start with drawing
our buddy Juan Ruiz, also known as Nemo Arctic or Nemo Art. He's doing his YouTube channel now where he actually draws. I think here he does a dragon. I'm going to lower his volume down for a moment. Have I heard of Star Citizen? Is there something I'm supposed to watch? Is there a reaction video? Do I need to go to my channel and see it? He's drawing a dragon. Let me see how it comes out. I'm going to move forward.
this sketch, which is usually what I do. I refine the sketch to my liking. You live
Okay, moving forward.
here, the other one here.
Does he actually? I think he finishes it in this drawing. Let me see. I'm skipping forward.
Now let's move on to the head. And again, we're looking up at this dragon. Like
Oh,
this.
look at that.
It is
Now he's got a person sitting on it. I know it's there. I'll click on it next. There's a big update on Star Citizen that Brink wants us to see and wants me to react to it and see if it actually makes me want to play.
on the rock. And what
It's not bad, right? Look at that.
here I can separate the.
I've been keeping an eye on the things that he draws because I will buy one of his originals. I've already bought one of them. I have the painting there,
Also do it here.
which is, you see the little guy in the corner here? The little stumpy guy? That's the actual painting that I bought from him, an original painting. But I also bought the pencil drawing, the original pencil drawing.
So this light going through, you'd be able to see
He calls him Stumpy.
sort of the silhouette.
So I keep an eye on his
Body.
latest work to see if there's another one I want. Let's see if he shows the rest of the dragon.
To the wing, and you can see the veins. Over
Did he finish
I
it?
believe it's
Okay.
2024. That is
There it is. Look at that. That's really good, man. In 9 minutes. Oh, well, actually, I saw him speed up in a couple of spots in the beginning, but that's a badass dragon, man. Do you think I can do a dragon like that? Who wants to see me draw a dragon? I used to do this when we know him as Juan, we know him as Wow Torin, we know him as Nemo. When we used to sit on stream together sometimes, I used to be like, dude, I'm gonna try to draw your dwarf, and I would try to do it online. While he's like, oh yeah, that looks just like it. Who wants to see me draw a dragon? I can do it. Yeah, just use AI. That's true. No, come on. I can do it. Do I have paint? Oh, what the hell? I can't even use this program. What am I talking about? All right, here we go. We're going to draw a dragon. It's going to be a red dragon. Okay, are we ready? All right, listen, I have to warn you now. There is no screenshotting allowed, okay? I know you're going to want to screenshot this and try to sell it for a lot of money. You don't do that. Okay, you're not allowed to do that. Okay, just letting you know. So we're going to start with a circle. Why does it look so small? Why does it look all gritty? This isn't working right. All right, well, we're gonna go with it. We'll start with a circle. Okay. And then we're gonna do okay, that's not working. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, now let's just go like this. How come this didn't work? It's too thick. This is supposed to be the same, man. All right, let me start over. Okay, I'll do the circle by myself. I'll just do this. Here we go. All right. Look at that. It's working. Whoa. I don't know I don't know why it looks so like pixel. Is it? Oh, I know why. This is wrong. That's why. Hold on, I can just start over. Can I do a new one? Don't save. There we go. Okay, now we're in the right place. Okay, I'm sorry. I was doing it wrong. Okay, red dragon. Let's go again. Man, why is it so pixelated? What the hell's going on? Okay, let's try now. Uh-huh. Look at that. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. You're like, that looks amazing. Look at that. Oh my God. It's so good. You guys, I know you guys are going to want this for yourself. Don't worry. I will finish it and I will sign it. And you will be so happy that you own a piece of original artwork. How about that, huh? Look at that. Okay, we're going to put some lines here. Some lines. Yeah, beautiful. This is great. Man, look at that amazing art. Okay, now we need to do the we got to do like this. And it has like scales here, right? These are scales. This is oh my God. I don't know if I should be doing this on stream. I know you guys are going to try to sell this art. This is going to be like crazy expensive art here. Oh my God, look at this. Look at that. Okay. He's got to have hands. Don't the hands go like right here? Yeah, right here. Okay, we'll put another hand out here. And then there's going to be some fire coming out of the front of it. Okay, hold on. I got special effects. Here we go. Oh, wow. Holy shit. This looks hot. Damn. Hold on a second. Oh, my God. I mean, I could feel the heat. You got to put some yellow in there. Okay, hold on. I think I got to make this thicker. Got to be yellow. And then there's some red and fire also, right? Okay, so you got to put some red. And I put a little more orange in there. Oop, wrong. That's the wrong color. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I know what I'm doing. All right. Yeah, there's some. And I think fire has blue in it too, right? So add a little blue. There we go. Oh my gosh. Damn, this looks good. Okay, hold up. Oh, I forgot the wings. Shit. Okay, hold on. Maybe I can do it right here. Gotta have the second wing out there somewhere. Okay, then we're gonna make him his tail. Yeah, that's a big ass tail, man. And he's gonna have feet. Hold on. And the back feet. Dude. I don't know if there ever been such an amazing freaking dragon, but this dragon can totally kick your ass. Look at that. No, it's hissing fire. It doesn't have to have a huge mouth. It's hissing the fire. Okay, let me sign it. I'll make this available for someone to own. Okay. There you go, guys. It is available for auction. And it's only one of a kind. Okay? So it's available in case you guys want it. I know, it'll be printed on premium 8.5 by 11 paper, and you will get it. Okay? There you go. Looks just like that. Dude, it's amazing. I don't know. You guys, man, you don't know real art. I'm just saying. That was amazing. Now they're like, just do it in AI, Nord. It looks so much better. Okay, hold on. Let's do the AI one. All right, let's do an AI one. Hold up. I'm trying to find an open one that I can use. Oh, here's one. Hold on. Okay, let's do it in AI. Can I make this bigger? We're going to use the same one. Let's do t-shirt design. I'll change some things. Isolated on white background. D&D red dragon fighting against a blue dragon in the sky. In the sky over a mountain top. Okay. I'll use the same style. In the style of, this is a very simple prompt. Jim Lee, and is it Frank? Frank Frazetta. No shirt. Oops, no t-shirt. No mock-up. Oops, mock-up. $750. All right, let's try that. Here we go. Oh, what did I mess up? Oh, I did this. Oh, my bad. I left a space between the no. Okay, here we go. I bid $10. Sold. That's coffee money, damn it. Whatever you do, don't check Sue chat. Oh shit. Let's see what we come out with. Now we're using version 6.0 on this. -10. No, that's not fair. I have to give you money? Jeez, you get a credit. All right, there it is. Open in browser. Wow. That looks like Dungeons and Dragons, doesn't it? Okay, so what we want is we need some fire breathing on those things. Okay, so let me go back. Let's redo this. Let's say dragon fighting against a blue dragon. Red dragon breathing fire. Fighting against a blue dragon. Breathing lightning, cold. Frost lightning from its mouth. That's good. Let's see. And let's change the aspect ratio on this. 9:16. 16:9. It might be a good backdrop. These aren't bad. I'll show you the difference if we do it in 5.2. They should be more muted colors. Be natural lizard colored. Okay, let's try that. Okay, they completely changed it. Now I don't see a freaking mountain because it took the mountain away. Oh, that's 5.2. Never mind. See, 5.2 doesn't. See, here's the difference between version 5.2 and version 6. Version 5.2 does not listen to the entire like scope of what you're saying. It is just, it takes kind of what you give it and it just puts what it thinks. Version 6 actually listens a little bit better. It takes a little longer, but it does listen. So here's 6. And so let's look at this in an open browser. So there it is. So we have 2. Now there is some lightning coming out of, no, see, that's wrong, but that's okay. It's still burning fire. Some lightning charges. This one's breathing fire. And then this one has like lightning on it. This one's wrong. It's breathing, but it's got some lightning there. It is on a mountaintop. I wonder what happens if I put, if I take away mountaintop and I also put muted colors. Let's try that. One more time. I also want to remove the style. Let's not give it any style. Let's let it pick its own style. And let's do cinematic. Let's remove in the sky. No, we're going to remove that. Muted colors. Blues are supposed to be lightning. Jeez, AI, everyone knows that. AI doesn't know that. That's the only thing it doesn't know. Crazy, crazy. Okay, so now that we're not on a mountain, so it's not going to show full body. This might be crappier because of the fact that we took out Frazetta. Frazetta is like known for doing stuff like this on mountainsides. It looks more Dungeons and Dragons related. This is just, they're just going to be isolated here. The other thing I should take out of is isolated on white background, because I think that's going to make a major difference. So we're going to get rid of that next. It's not going to be a t-shirt design. We'll see what comes out. So this isn't bad. Let's see. Oh, look at, I like this first one. Wow, that's really good. You see there, it's coming out with the lightning and the fire. Don't like this one. Don't like this one. I think this first one's the best one. Okay, let's try one more. I'm going to get rid of white background and t-shirt design. Menacing. Fighting over hobbit holes. Ah, nice. Fighting over hobbit holes. Fighting over Guino's hobbit hole. Oh, there we go. So let's see. Oh, cancel. There we go. Okay. So now I don't like any of them. But they're kind of exciting to see, though. It definitely is. I mean, those are dragons. It's taking dragons into consideration. I think what gets it messed up is sometimes the flame is coming out, sometimes it's coming out of the wrong mouth. I mean, this is definitely you need to start tweaking this little by little. But this was just on the fly, just for fun. Scary looking dragons. It's almost as good as my drawing, I gotta say. You know, they look very similar to this. I think AI kind of like you know what? I think AI is copying my art style, but that's okay. That's all right. These things happen, guys. These things happen. I'm not gonna get mad. I think originally, without adding any fire or anything, even though the blues and the reds are a little different, but this totally looks like something that you would see on a cover of a Dungeons and Dragons cover of a book or even of the game itself. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Not bad. Okay. Anyways, I'm done. I am done. That's it. That's all I got for today, man. That was fun. Coffee chat. Haven't done it in a while. Got to talk about a couple of things. Got to be silly. I didn't mind it. I hope you didn't mind it either. I think we have a stream coming up on Friday, but I'm trying to do a stream every day this week. Just trying to make sure I find the right time. Tomorrow I'll probably do a stream. It'll only probably be about 2 hours. It will be playing something. It won't be coffee chat. Thursday we're gonna have a longer stream, so it's gonna be probably gonna go into a 5-hour stream. And obviously we're not going to talk for 5 hours, so we can't do that. I've got to make a couple of videos this week in between. I've got some print on demand stuff I want to do, and also some Midjourney stuff that I'm going to do on a video. And what else? And then Fridays are end of week stream, and usually we like to keep our Fridays for new games or trying out new stuff. So we'll have to see what that is. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I completely forgot. I'm sorry, Brink. I won't bring up Star Citizen anymore. I completely forgot. I'm so sorry. I was looking at the time. I was time dependent today. But no, I did say we were going to look at it. So let me take a look at that. Thank you very much for reminding me. So I was saying Friday is usually new game Friday, or just trying out a different game. It doesn't have to be a new game. So we might be playing something different. And I have a feeling that it might be a PlayStation game, and it might be samurai related. Maybe. So if you like that, stay tuned for that. Oh my god. I cannot believe you put my artwork up there. Now I can't sell it. Damn it, Guino. Now I can't sell it because now everybody has it. Thanks a lot. All right, let's go to the where is it? Star Citizen. Here it is. Biggest update ever. I don't think that one's out yet. Is that the Ronin one? I don't think that one's out yet. It's going to be one that we already have.
In 2017, Star Citizen launched its
By the way, if you don't know, Star Citizen is a game that's about space, and it's like a space flight simulator, and you do stuff in space. And it's been in the development for about 10 plus years.
In 2017, Star Citizen launched its 3.0 patch, which fundamentally changed pretty much everything about how players interacted and participated with the Star Citizen universe. The 3.0 patch has long been regarded as the biggest change to the game from any single patch. However, it seems very likely that Star Citizen's next patch will be even bigger. All right, so on Friday last week, Star Citizen Live kicked off, where Jared interviewed several developers about upcoming features for Star Citizen's new major patch 3.23, and well, it's a massive list of features. Like half of the stuff that we saw at CitizenCon.
Okay, it looks very clean, and I don't recall this game looking that clean. Hold on, I'm trying to see where my wife is at. Okay. I see her. All right.
Level massive. It's actually exceeding my expectations for the first major patch of the year, but then again, they
That's
have so
cinematic.
much stuff planned for 2024 that maybe this is actually the crazy pace that we need to expect. Now, before getting into the planned features for
So everything we're seeing right now is from the preview of what's to come in the future, not what's in the game right now. So I'm waiting to see what's in the new update. Let me know if I'm missing it.
3.23, Jared reiterated during the live stream that these features are just that. They are plans, and plans can change. So none of this is a guarantee that it's going to be in the next patch, but it's more stuff that they are planning and think that they can get into the next patch, but entirely possible that some of this will get cut. So firstly, the stuff that was shown off during the weekly ISC from the day before is confirmed for
Okay, that looks super smooth.
3.23. This includes the very impressive EVA mechanics, and one of the devs added during the live stream that some players were concerned about the limited EVA fuel and getting, say, stranded in space due to running out of fuel, and they mentioned that the push-pull mechanics that don't require full fuel to move around in space are actually quite useful, and players will be able to utilize this more than they think and allow you to conserve a lot more of your EVA fuel or just get around in situations even.
Is the EVA in the game now? Is this in the game what they're showing?
And when you don't have fuel at all. Also, the new player interaction system is coming in the 3.23 patch, and it's going to be a massive quality of life feature. In fact, the amount of quality of life improvements in this patch seems monumental. We'll see if the quality of life improvements offset the, well, sure to be massive piles of bugs and server problems that come along with it. I wish I was joking or exaggerating on this one, but anyone who's been a Star Citizen fan knows that the launch of this patch is almost guaranteed to be a dumpster fire of server crashes and new bugs.
Oh my gosh.
Distribution
Great.
centers are coming in the 3.23 patch, and I'm very excited about these. Basically, huge corporate-owned complexes that will serve as major mission hubs for basic things like shipping or dropping off packages to extreme missions such as raids where you may have to land on pads or in a hangar, disembark into combat, and proceed into the inner bowels of these massive facilities for lengthy FPS missions with friends. They look awesome, and I cannot wait.
So I know I haven't played enough yet, but yeah, I haven't seen any kind of combat, like on the ground combat in this game yet. Other than I think one time where that was Starfield. I don't think I've seen any in like combat in the game in this. I don't think so. So I guess I need to play more, or need to at least play at some point.
Of course, going to be a bunch of new missions around these centers, but also more missions throughout the rest of the verse. Now, Master Modes is coming in 3.23, and honestly, I was expecting that this feature would come much later. But hey, I'm glad that they're going to be testing it soon, because this will probably require more testing and tweaking than just about any other new addition in the game. Basically, Master Modes is completely redesigning ship thrust power for combat, for cruising speeds, how guns and turrets will aim, everything is getting gimbals, and pilots will have the option to switch between gimbaled and non-gimbaled fire modes. It might also include the new quantum travel as well, which means shorter range quantum boost mechanics and newer quantum jump mechanics. The devs mentioned that turrets would also be seeing a certain level of gimbaled mechanics on top of them, also just being giant gimbals in themselves to help players with aiming as needed.
So the problem I have with this video, by the way, and it's hard to keep up with it because they're not I don't know if is this, I don't even know what they're showing us, what they're talking about, or is this just footage that's from those previous examples and the guy's just talking over it? Because you really have to be into this game to understand the new all the new things that are coming. because like watching this from an outside perspective, it's kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, I have no clue. I mean, like, all right, they're saying all these great things. I guess I want to see when the stuff comes out. That's the video I want to see, is like showcasing these new features that are coming in the update and whatnot. And that's the part that, like, I'm lost in this video. I'm just watching. I'm watching showing all the new stuff. So is this like the new stuff now? See, this is where I'm completely confused. I thought this was like gameplay from the previous demo that they did.
This is basically a full rebalancing of the entire spaceship flight and combat meta. So it's very exciting, but I'm also not anticipating it to be pushed out the door feeling totally
So everything being shown is
balanced and
new. Okay.
polished. But as they start to dial this in, it means players can really start to hone their skills and not have to expect the flight models and dynamics to be completely changed or rug pulled from them later in development. Hopefully, anyway. The new FPS
seems very complicated
crosshair that changes your central crosshair position based on the proximity of items in your way and things obstructing your line of sight and stuff like that is being added to the game. There's also new FPS scopes that show some cool picture-in-picture scope rendering and some nicer visuals for some of the lower magnification optics. They'll be adding the combat visor, combat lens, and 3D AR mini-map. Basically an entirely new first-person heads-up display with new notifications as well for help.
More games need to continue to have mini maps. I mean, there's some games that just don't have any mini maps. It just drives me nuts. I love mini maps. Upper left-hand corner.
Health-related things, environmental hazards, and even a compass. The minimap is of course tied into the larger star map, and this is going to be one of the biggest quality of life improvements for the game. And since the CitizenCon demo of the star map that looked a little bit bare bones in terms of its functionality, they've been adding a lot to that, including some quick search functions that will allow players to be able to add waypoints and routes quickly based on what they need to get to. Honestly,
the star map in this game currently sucks. So, I mean, even I know that. So if I'm hoping that this is going to be better. So I guess this is going to be a huge improvement to the star map. Makes traveling a lot easier. New star map. Okay, good.
I can't wait for this feature alone. It's going to be massive. Like, make the game accessible to new players, massive, and far less of a chore for veteran players. It's also going to be tied into waypoint functionality where players will be able to create waypoints for things, but I'm not sure if that will be included with the first iteration of the feature.
Probably not.
Freight elevators and instance hangars have also been previously alluded to that are coming in this patch. This is a major feature as well, and it'll give players a completely new way of accessing station inventory and also setting up hangars as basically home bases that won't despawn after you log off. It'll have all your gear set up in the way that you want to set it up and stored in the way you want to store it, so you can prep for missions quickly and easily and do things like load ground vehicles ahead of time, invite players into your hangar to load up with some of the gear that you might have that they don't have. Just seems like it's going to be a very cool update to the game. New character generation is also coming in this patch. We got some hairstyles teased in the recent patches, but the character creator update looks very impressive. I hope that
having a hangar or a place that's your own instead of being in some weird spaceport, I think is definitely a plus. I hate the fact that you're in a spaceport and you have to make it to your ship and run through this entire city before you can actually get to your ship. I want to be in my hangar, in my base when I log in. And I just got to say, the character creation has always been a little clunky to me, and it looks like maybe they're fixing it. So hopefully that's better.
We'll be able to save our character looks in ways that either give us a visual code that we can just copy and store, or so that we can re-access our previously saved character designs after, say, a patch or wipe occurs. I definitely like to spend a lot of time tweaking a character build, but I'm less interested in the feature if it's going to get erased every single time that there's a patch.
Correct.
Now, the new
I agree with
looting
that.
and reloading functionality will also come to the game. Looting has been a placeholder system for a while in Star Citizen, and well, it sure feels like it. Very buggy and dysfunctional most of the time. So this update could be massive. Fingers crossed that it works nicely. There's also going to be new shopping apps for interacting with stores in different ways and major economy changes. Basically, the economy is getting retuned around a ton of variables, and the devs are looking at things like the ease of missions versus the payouts,
Moving forward.
pipeline leaks about what's going to be in the 3.23 patch, Tier 0 base building might be here, and if...
Okay, so base building is still a question mark. This is the part I was looking forward to. So base building might be included, at least 0 tier. So they're not even sure. It might not be.
If it were on the table and I were CIG, I'd probably want to keep it a secret as well, since it's such a huge feature of the game that many players, myself included, were really expecting to not see anytime soon. Getting it early in the year would be a major surprise.
That would be
now,
interesting.
Jared reiterated yet again that this stuff is planned for the game and that it will be the first pass on all of these new features, so keep that in mind, both from a functionality aspect and also from the buggy aspects. Many of these features likely won't have the full extent of the quality of life improvements and interactivity that is fully planned with them, and also they're just going to have things that won't work due to bugs and server performance and God knows what else. But as many players have been saying, and I will parrot, if even a fraction of this content makes it into the 3.23 patch, it'll be monumental to the Star Citizen universe. And
okay, I get the gist. So when is this patch supposed to come out? Has it come out already, or when's it coming out? And that's the thing. Like I think the base building or the hangar thing would probably be most important to me. I mean, I like the third person view to be a little bit more over the shoulder instead of right directly behind them. So that would be another plus that I'd like, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if I really need to just play this game at some point so I can know a little bit more about it. I just don't know enough about it. I know how to take off, I know how to get to space, I know how to click on a star map and get to a location, I know how to dock my ship, I know how to access my ship, and that's about it. I have not gone to a planet, I have not gone to do any quest or any fighting or anything like that. So that would be something I'd probably have to try at some point. Not this week. I have to be in the mood. Latest would be maybe June, but they should be probably April or May. Okay, so it's got some time on it. I think the other thing with this game is if you have like a stream deck. You know what a stream deck is? You guys know what a stream deck is, right? If you have one of these stream decks from Elgato, you can actually, this is what I would do because I refuse to play unless I set this up first, is that you can take your stream deck, which I have 2 of these, and set up buttons to launch your ship, to, you know, to do the turn your ship on, or raise the whatever the freaking, what's it called, the landing gear and all of that stuff. Like you can do it from a push of a button. And so instead of actually remembering all these commands and these which key is it, if you just map them to one of these, that would be the best way to do it. And I know they sell Star Citizen Stream Deck icons. So I know that people have had these Stream Deck icons. Here, I'll go to this guy. And I think this is pretty cool. A lot of people use an app called, sorry, I can't read that. I gotta pull this out. Game Glass, to use tablets that have game buttons to set to. Yeah, that's another good idea. Using an iPad or something. But see, all these are different icons you can use for the Stream Deck. If you have a Stream Deck already, you can get these icons from a ready-made pack and then put them in there. This is pretty cool to have. Nice. So I would probably set that up before I start playing again, because it's so much easier than having to remember which key is it, what am I supposed to press. So all you do is like just press the button, just like if you're in a spaceship, and then be done. It's a good reason to buy a second Stream Deck. Have as many Stream Decks as you can. But with one of them is all you need. Just keep on switching screens. Very good. Yeah, I would totally do that. All right. Now it's time for me to go because I have things to do and it's late and my wife's on her way home. So I want to make sure everything's nice and tidy and I got to make myself some lunch. But again, we're going to try to stream tomorrow. We're going to have a stream on Thursday. It's going to try to be a little longer. Hopefully I can get my work done today and tomorrow. So that way I could do that Thursday long stream. Otherwise it's going to suffer. And then Friday we have New Game Friday or Different Game Friday to try something else out. So until next time, I hope you have a great afternoon. Thanks for hanging out with me. And whenever you're seeing this, I appreciate you taking the time. And if you can, hit that like button, hit the sub button. Just help me out, and I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.